This is the URT. You are the URT. Pick up the URT. Like the URT. Subscribe to the URT. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hope you are having a wonderful Christmas. Most of all, it's a healthy, peaceful, and merry. Sending so much love to all you beautiful people. Sending so much love to all you beautiful people. Big up soul. Like and subscribe, he already says. But yeah, people, we got the preview coming up tonight. It's Manchester United versus Newcastle tomorrow night, Boxing Day, extravaganza, 8 o'clock kickoff. Another 8 o'clock kickoff for Manchester United people. Another 8 o'clock kickoff for Manchester United. But it is what it is, everybody. It is what it is. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. We got that coming up. Hopefully, in about 20 minutes, we're going to hear the second part of Amorim'S. Amorim'S. Second part of his embargoed press conference ahead of Newcastle. So we'll hear that. We're going to be covering that and all news concerning Manchester United. I mean, yeah. It is what it is. According to Amorim, they're working hard. Can I just say this? The most damning stat is that Aston Villa won 10 games in a row. Manchester United have only won 10 games in 2025. Let that sink in. See you on the other side of the intro. Big up to the URT. Smash the likes as you come in, people. Smash the likes. Smash those likes, people. And Merry Christmas to all my people celebrating Christmas. Let it be a day. Big up Jamie Wayne. I hope you're having a Merry Christmas, Jamie. I'll be having a good one. I'll be having just 1 or 2 sherry. It's not going overboard, lad. He says, I made my mum's day today. What I bought her after years she had losing her dad. Was nice to see her happy. Oh, boy, that makes me emotional, man. Jamie Wayne, let me tell you something about mothers, man. Mothers, woo. The love for mothers, man. I'm telling you, boy, oh, boy. I lost my mother years ago now. Years and years ago. Years and years ago, I lost my mother. Trust me. Every single day I think about my mother. So yeah, any way that you can make your mum happy, boy, oh boy, you gotta do it. Have to do it. Big up to you though. Always. Good man. I am titanium. Big up that I am titanium. Big up, guys. I hope you enjoyed Xmas for those who celebrate it. And for those like me who don't, I hope you're enjoying your holiday season. Big up, I'm titanium. Big up, I'm titanium. Sending love to you, man. Appreciate the $5. Thank you very much. Big up, man like Zimba. Big up, Dino. Fellow mods at the URT. Yeah, man. Hope you had a Merry Christmas and you're all good. Yeah, man. We're all good, man. Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas to all my beautiful people, man, worldwide. All my beautiful family worldwide, man. Merry Christmas to them. Condolences, yeah. Yeah, big up, man. Big up. Listen, I'm just saying, listen. Let me just say this. As a Muslim, we believe that My mother was with her maker. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying, I miss her every day, and I think about her every day. And the love that you have for your mother, I don't have it for anybody else. Trust me, it's a different type of love. So I'm always saying, man, mate, you should be at the feet of your mothers, man. Like, your mother brought you to this world, man. The pain that all mothers go through to bring you into this world and to look after you, man. In your most vulnerable stage when you're a baby. Yeah, I saw him. Yeah, I saw him yesterday. Yeah. Saw your dad yesterday, man. I hope you're having a good Christmas, Sol. Hope you're having a good Christmas. I'm revising for those exams. Rory, how was your day? Yo, the day was good, man. The day is good. The day is always good, and I get to see friends, family. I get to see people. I get to see people, man. That's what's good about the holidays, man. You get to see people. Yeah, 100%. Big up to all you lot, though. Big up to all you lot. Big up to all you lot, man. I know that it's okay to argue with friends, with family, but as long as there's love in it. There is love. There is love. Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. That's a classic for you. From the 90s. Jamie Wayne knows that one. Don't hurt me no more, mate. There's got to be some love. Don't hurt each other. Yeah, but listen. Yo, it's all love, man. It's all love, but I appreciate the love, people. I'm just saying it makes me emotional, you know, when I hear people doing nice things for their mums, looking after their mums, it makes me emotional. And being emotional is good, especially as men and boys. Never run away from emotions, man. Never dehumanize yourself. All this alpha man business is a lot of rubbish. It's a lot of dehumanizing. You know what I mean? Feel. As men and boys, we need to feel. Feel things. Feel things. Spread the love, people. Spread the love. Spread the love. I'm warning everyone. Why are you warning us? What's going on? I know that song. There you go, Jamie. Oh, I know you would know. That's a classic, my friend. That is a classic from our days. Local pub, mate, the local disco. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me no more. Listen, Manchester United been hurting me since 2005, bro. Since the Vultures came into this effing club. And now we've got this new Vulture for 2 years. Did you see me sending all the mandem to the gulag? On the mandem. Did you watch the mandem? Send them all to lashes. Gave them all lashes and sent them to the gulag. All of them told me, wait and see, Nuruddin, wait and see. 2 years anniversary of Ineos. 2 years. Yesterday was the 2-year anniversary of this clowns. Shielding those clowns. So we're not here for nobody, people. 2 years. I had to cook them and them. I had to cook them nice. I cooked them all. Big up, people. Jim Carrey dancing in the bar. There you go, James. Jim Carrey. Oh, Jim Carrey is one of my favorites, man. Big up Jim Carrey, man. I love Jim Carrey. One of my favorite films is The Mask. Only he could have done that, man. The Mask. That film and Dumber and Dumber. Oh, my God. Dumber and Dumber are brilliant. Rory, what are you expecting the game against Newcastle? Boy, oh, boy, what am I expecting? Let me just ring this fool, man. Where is he? No, they don't think Ineos are heroes. I don't think they think Ineos are heroes. They just were like, wait and see. And I told them, save the waiting. We came out, this community is telling the truth, mate. Big love and respect for NHS staff. Even at Christmas, they work so hard and are often paid less. Yo, big up to all the NHS staff, man. Big up to all the NHS staff. Big up all the public sector workers, innit? Some of them are working. Big up all the people that work over Christmas. Big up to them. Love and light. Nurin, are you doing a watch along with Saeed? No. Saeed's going to the game. I think I might be going to the game. I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm going to go to the game. There's an aspect of me, I'm just sick of going there being angry. So I don't know if I'll go. I'll see tomorrow. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. Bruce Almighty, Monkey comes out. The guy's, oh my God, Bruce Almighty. That was a film. That's a film. Bombay, we're talking about Jim Carrey films. What's your best Jim Carrey film? For me, it's got to be The Mask.
Hello.
You good? Wow, Bombay's got the classic Ryan Giggs, you know.
Are you muted?
No, can you not hear me? Can you not hear me?
I can't hear you.
Wow. 1 second.
Oh, man. I can't hear a thing, bro. 1 sec.
Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me now? Oh yeah, Me and Myself and Irene. That's a bad boy film. Yeah, I'll tell you what. One of the funniest films. It's actually Nicolas Cage.
Yo, Irene, I can't hear you, man.
1 second.
Can you hear what I'm saying? Just nod
Yes.
Okay. Let me go out and come back in.
Can you hear me now?
No, I can hear. I can read your lips, but I can't hear anything.
Can you hear me now?
Well,
How
if you
about
blow
now?
up on me, I'm not going to be able to even read your lips. So let me just go out and come back in. I'll be back. All right. Let me go and come back.
Can you hear Bombay? Can you still hear me, people? Can you still hear me? Audio. Camera. You got the good camera. Hello, Bombay. Can you hear me now? Bombay? Hello? Bombay, can you hear me now?
Dino.
Can you hear me now? Hello?
Oh, yes.
You can hear me now, yeah?
Yeah, man. College IT A-level is paying off. I'm back.
He's back with a bang, people. He's back with a bang. Bombay is about better watch out.
Everybody, man. Merry Christmas. Blessed Christmas for you and yours. Yes.
Can you hear me, Bombay? Yeah? Can you hear me, yeah?
Loud and clear, man. Loud and clear.
There we go. Big up to Bombay, people. Big up to Bombay. Merry Crimbo Arcade. How are you? Are we having it or what?
Yeah, we are having it, man. We had a nice family get together. Really went very well.
Everybody home, yeah? Everybody.
Yeah, everybody met at the family house together. It was good, man. It was really nice.
That's lovely.
Yeah. So here we are.
Haiti, man. I hope you say hello to Haiti for me all the time.
Yeah, I will do. Are you going to the game? Thank you, bro. I will do. They always send their love. Always, man.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know yet. I'm gonna decide tomorrow.
You know, Mundo's down, and everybody's gonna watch it together.
Yeah. I might come down and watch it with you guys. Actually, I was just I was just at the house.
No watch along though, bro. My head's still ringing.
No, no watch along.
All right. So
yeah, Merry Christmas to all my people worldwide, people.
Yeah.
Listen, so we're asking the best John Kerry film. For me, it's The Mask. Dumber and The Mask. I'm a bit.
Do you know? Me and my brother were put on Pet Detective Ace Ventura. So 10 minutes in, where he's going to rob the dog from that guy. I don't know if you remember that. I was creasing. Jim Carrey, man, is
He's
a
a
massive
legend,
part.
isn't
He's
he?
a massive
He's on
part
his
of
own, isn't it?
our upbringing, man. He's unbelievable.
Yeah,
All
man.
those films, all those films. Do you know?
Merry Christmas and Free Palestine.
Yeah, Merry
Happy
Christmas.
Christmas to everybody. Big up Tom Scott. I hope you're having Tom
Christmas.
Charlton. I hope you're having a good one, lad. Hope you're having a good one. Hope you and all your loved ones and your friends and everybody's having a healthy one, healthy and peaceful one. Big up to the Palestinians in it, the Bethlehem. Jesus was a Palestinian Jew, mate, Jewish man. If you know, you know, innit? If you know, you know. He's a Palestinian Jew, man, Jewish man, mate. Jesus, that's who he was. Trust me. And Merry Christmas to all the Palestinians. Man like Luani skate. Man like Luani skate, you know. Yo, the missus is out there outside look with a shotgun saying, where's he gone? He skated for an hour.
He's got a new style, man.
Hi,
Luani,
guys.
talk to me, Luani.
Slicked up, looking like Mos Def.
Yo, Luani, talk to me.
How are you, bro?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Merry
Lovely,
Christmas, bro.
man.
You celebrate Christmas?
Yep. Christmas is good. Christmas is good. Yeah. We just finished the meal actually. So
What time is it over there in New York?
It's kind of cold. It was a snowstorm yesterday,
Wow.
but today there's still snow on the ground, but it stopped snowing. So pretty good.
Wow. Talk to me. What time is it over there? What time is it?
Right now it's about 5:20.
5:20.
Yeah, 5:20. It's dark though. I just came back.
What did you have for Christmas? Did you have turkey?
Oh no, we have a fried goat meat, pasta, and some fish pies.
Wow.
So, yeah. I just came back from the continent, so.
Yeah, you look like you've got a bit of color in you, man. You look like you got
yes.
in your face.
They made the white beard disappear. So I'm grateful for that.
Big up, man. Big up.
Yeah.
Big up to everybody.
Just for men from Walmart, $9.99. Grey disappear.
Yo, they got a different one. They got a different one in the motherland, man. In the motherland, Ella Kapalan. They got different ones.
They were amazing there. They were amazing. Yeah, the money. There's no money, but that's one thing you can take from us is the
energy.
The energy.
The vibes.
It's amazing. I'm definitely going back in February. So
yeah, man. Taking the family with you.
Yes. This time the kids are going because they need to see the other reality. So
yeah, they need to see back home, bro. Back home.
Yes.
Yeah.
How you guys been?
Yasin Bey.
Yeah, good, man.
You've been chatting a lot of Bruno props lately. I've been watching you.
I'm going to mute, Luani. I'm going to mute.
Now you're gonna get to see your team, you and Nuruddin and everybody in the comments without him. I want to see what's gonna happen. Let's check it out.
Ooh, I'm frightened.
No, it's interesting. Let's see what's gonna happen.
What do you think is gonna happen, genuinely?
Well, man, I think you'll play Martinez there. Everybody's excited with that. They feel he did good. Martin O'Neill, you know Martin O'Neill? He's an ex-manager of Aston Villa. He said when Bruno went off, he felt it changed the game for the worse for us because the players that are making the runs, expecting Bruno to find them, stop making the runs. So Bruno is everything goes through him. So at a certain point in this cycle, whether it's the end of next season, maybe if Bruno leaves the club, if he's so, I don't know what will happen. We're going to have to learn to play without Bruno. We're going to have to learn to play without the creativity, the assists and the goals. The hope is that the other players will be able to fill the vacuum. Because right now, I'm asking myself, where is the assists and the goals coming from tomorrow? That's, for me, a big worry. So we'll see how this team looks without Bruno. I think we're going to really lack a lot of creativity.
We'll get into it, Bumbaye. Don't
though.
worry, we'll get into it. For me, I think for the betterment of Manchester United playing as a team, playing through one player, my biggest problem with Bruno Fernandes is that we play through him. And I can't have that. I can never have that. I can never have just one player you play through. I'm sorry. I don't believe in that type of football. I don't believe in that type of football. And 100% you can't play him in midfield. But Luani.
Yes, sir.
You watched tomorrow, Old Trafford. Let me give you the last 3 results at Old Trafford. Let me set the record straight. Everton, disaster class, 1-0, 10 men, broken. They've set the history record. Everton, first team ever in Manchester United's 148-year record, 148 years of existence. They are the first team to beat Manchester United at home with 10 men. Everton had one of the worst away records. So did West Ham. So did Bournemouth. Bournemouth have not won away from home since August. So the 3 teams we played against at Old Trafford have the worst away records. And yeah, you know the rest. Possible 9 points, we picked up 2. And boy, oh boy, tomorrow I'm not going to see what go on. But you know what? Manchester United don't love the fan base, man. We're not a football club, we're a brand. I don't know if you watched the Mandem yesterday. I cooked them all. I sent them all to the gulag with lashes. They all got lashes and gulagged. Yesterday I had enough because it's 2 years of Ineos. It's not 1 year, Luani. It's the anniversary. Today is the anniversary. 2 years ago, today is when the news came that Ineos were going to take over the football operations. So I need your opinion. Before we get into this, I need your opinion on what they've done in these 2 years. And what you expected and what the reality is in these 2 years. Mumbai, same to you. Go ahead.
When it comes to Ineos, I mean, if you cooked them or man them yesterday, you might as well start cooking me now as well, because I share most of the opinion. You know my opinion on them. I was in favor of just compartmentalize the jobs and make sure that we attribute coaching responsibility to coaches, and then board responsibility to board. But now looking at it, and the fact that the standards are low, and they're still accepting what Amorim is giving us, and sometimes they try to paint it as progress, and we all know it's a facade. I have to agree with you finally, and I think majority. I'll mirror the rest of the rest of us who were Ineos in saying that it's sifting in little by little. Everybody's actually realizing that we've been sold a dream. It's either these guys are incompetent or they just here for the wrong reason, here to make money, and they don't really care about the football, which, to be honest, was actually the core of your argument, which is the issue you have with them. So we get in there. We get into your to the way you saw things. You know, it's just, you were right. That's all I can say. It's not too early to say. Why is Amorim still in the job? It looked like it's a compensation issue. And then if it's a compensation issue, isn't he costing us more? Because now you're talking about the squad is not good enough. And if he's costing us more, then it becomes the issue of Ineos. Are they really competent by keeping him in a job? They're not competent. So it's for me, it is joining your viewpoint that it's not going anywhere. The project they sold us has always been a facade since the beginning, and you knew that, I guess. You know, so we owe you apologies, but we'll wait till the end of the season before we give you your flowers.
I don't need flowers. I think the tent is big enough. I never need any flowers. I wish I was wrong. I wish everything I've said about the ownership is wrong, because that means then Manchester United are doing well. And it doesn't give me any pleasure of being right. I promise you. I just sometimes go, as a human being, I told you guys. I just, one of these people, I've got pattern recognition. I just see when things are the way they're going. And I look at Nice, what's happening in Nice, out there in France. I think last time I checked, they were 13th in the league. Their fans smashed up the team bus, did everything, you know what I mean? So, boy, oh boy, it is what it is. But big up, though. Love. Mbaye, go ahead, and then we'll get into the preview. 2 years, Mbaye. 2 years. It's 24 months.
Yeah.
You should be able to see the changes they make in 12. In 1 year, you think that's not enough time. 2 years, though. Surely you must see.
All right. So I see.
I've asked a question, by the way, people. Get involved. And make sure you smash a like on the video. We need to get to 100 likes ASAP tonight. I've asked a question. 2 years of Ineos, shielding the Glazers. And I've asked the question, is the club worse off, yes or no? And also, have you liked the video? So please get involved in the voting. Go ahead, Bombay. I'm going to move.
Okay. I don't know if the club is worse off because we had the Glazers without Ineos before. We have people in positions that have got track record, but those positions didn't even exist before. So in terms of a structure, there's one there at least now. If somebody's not doing the job right, let's say Jason Wilcox or Omar Barada, the structure is there to get somebody else. That structure didn't exist previous to Ineos. There was just Ed Woodward and the manager. Jose Mourinho will testify to that in an interview where he said it was just me and him doing everything. So we wanted a structure that's there. They want to build a new stadium. Now, I'm nostalgic. So I would like to keep Old Trafford. But there is also in me a reality where you have to move with the times. You can't get your children to live your time. You have to go into their time. As the world changes, you move with it. So a new stadium for Manchester United would be a real good thing in many ways financially. Now, they're going to benefit. I don't think anybody's going to come into this thing just out the goodness of their heart. They want to make some money. My main issue has been with the Glazers that you have been strictly commercial, and the football side of things has been a distant second, and there's been no plan. So these guys have come in, and what do I see differently with the manager's position and the kind of power that they have that previously they didn't have? So with Ten Hag, man, that's the first manager that was backed against the players. Previous managers were backdoored by the Glazers in favour of players. So he got rid of Ronaldo, which was big. Sancho. Now Rashford is out, who was the golden boy. Sancho is out. Anthony's out. Garnacho's out. Anybody that's upsetting the manager, he's able to exercise his power and say out. We got rid of a lot of players that we all thought we should get rid of because we're trying to move away from players that are doing sound bites on social media, that are putting a lot of unnecessary pressure on the manager to answer questions that I think we could do without because we've got enough problems. And I don't want to go back to the days where the manager is constantly being asked questions about things that are nothing to do with football and are just personal stuff. So in that sense, it's good. We've cleared out. They've got a plan for 3 years. Ratcliffe wants to give Amorim 3 years. Now, everyone will, at this point in what I'm saying, have their own belief. Some people will say he should have been sacked already. Fair enough. I'm not going to say he should not have been because he came 15th. But this season, if we win tomorrow, what's the mandate? Everybody's mandate might be different. My mandate is I want to play good football that suggests we are improving and we can compete and have a springboard to sign a few more players and keep moving forward. I've seen some of that football during this season. We are improved from an attacking point of view. Last year, I was starved of our players getting into the box. It was just Rasmus kicking and punching, graveyard shift. On the halfway line, we couldn't even get to the last third. This season is totally different, but now we're conceding goals. So for me, Amorim, I'm not ready to leave to get rid yet. He's the manager of Man United, and I've got his back. I'm not saying I'm buzzing, I'm not, but there's enough there for me to keep going, because I know if we get rid of him, one, do you want to have the same issue as bringing a manager in the same way you brought Amorim in, jolting him into it? Because we'll be here saying, nah, man, they should have bought him at the end of the season. They didn't want to come now. And is the manager that you want going to leave his club mid-season now? So in that sense, keep him. So the full answer to your question, my opinion of how this is all developing and going, will become clearer at the end of this year. And that's pretty much how I feel, bro, about it.
We're already at the end of the year. You mean at the end of the season?
End of the season, bro, yeah.
Okay, big up. Big up, Ben. I do it, Ben. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Ho, 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 ho.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Yes.
Yeah, can hear you now.
Yes, yes.
Big up Alien Tenno. Merry Christmas, Alien Tenno as well. Big up Pete.
Yes,
Merry
Pete.
Christmas, my friend.
Yes.
Go ahead, Ben.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to the panel, to the chat. Big up the chat as always, man. Happy Christmas to everyone around the world that's celebrating it. And Nolik Holignich to all the Irish people celebrating Christmas too. And yeah, man. Look, yeah, man. I can't lie. I'm very tipsy. I'm very tipsy today, bro. I'm very tipsy. I might have to get tipsy tonight, man. Especially if United are playing tomorrow, and they might just ruin it, man. But I'm not letting them. I'm not letting them ruin it. But you know what, man? If they beat us tomorrow, it's just Guinness, man. Just Guinness.
How many have you
That's
had?
all I take. About 6 or 7.
Only?
6 or 7. What are you? I'm not a big drinker.
Throughout the day, though. I'm guessing throughout the day.
Yeah. Spread it all out. So that spread it all out. Like, but
yeah, you eating food as well, innit? You having nice
100%, man. Beautiful, brilliant. The mother.
Did you go to your mum and dad's house? Or
Yes. Mum and dad's house, and then.
How's your nana?
Brilliant. They were there. She was there. Great form. On fire. She's always on fire, man. You know, always will be. She's looking great. You know, everything's all good, man. It's all blessed in the family. Lovely dinner. You know, turkey, ham. You know the story people. And yeah, man. So really good day.
Tell us, who does your dad support, Ben? Who does your dad support? Bit of argument.
He supports Leeds. He's 30
Leeds.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
In Leeds. I can imagine 1970s they had a great team, to be fair.
Oh, yeah, 100%, man. I mean, I still chant that. What is it? The Pride of all Europe chant for Man United. Yeah. Leeds. But yeah, man. Look, great day, man. Today.
Leeds are falling apart.
Literally. But here we're falling apart. We're falling apart.
United's falling apart. Again, we are, man.
Yeah, we are, bro. But yeah, man, great to be here, man.
I was there actually. You know what? Simba just reminded me. I was there. That was one of the worst. I took my sister. I literally took my sister to that game. Me and my sister went to that game, and it was embarrassment. Last year. Crazy.
Big
but
up,
yeah, man. Esky, big up to you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead, Ben. 2 years now. 2 years. Ineos have been in charge. The anniversary of Ineos taking in charge of football operations. 2 years. Quickly, Ben. Tell me before we start the preview. Tell me, what has that meant? The poll is out here, and I put the poll. It's a club a lot more worse. Statistically, we are a lot more worse. We are a lot more worse when Ineos have been than we are with Glazers, and I never thought I'd say that. So I just put 2 years of Ineos, folks. Now, folks, it's the club worst off. Also, have you liked the video? So people smash the like. 82% are saying yes, that we're worst off now. And that's the truth. Statistically, if you look at it statistically, if you look at the atmosphere around the stadium, everything it is. But go ahead, Ben, and then we go to Eski. Eski can answer that as well. Then we'll start the preview, people. We'll start the preview.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 2 years, people, in Ineos. I can't lie, people. I think we are moving in the right direction. I think we need to keep Ineos as an ownership. We're gonna the number 21 will be coming this year or hopefully next year. So yeah, I have a lot of faith in Sir Jim Ratcliffe. I have a lot of faith in this Jason Wilcox, Barada. I just think they're the best in class people, you know. So I have a lot of faith in them. I've already messed. Do you know what, man? I've literally got no words, man. Like what? Like there's nothing has changed. Nothing has fucking changed, man. And like, I mean, there's like I've been watching Celtic as well, man. Celtic are in a fucking mess as well, bro. And one of my sister's good friends, like he's a Celtic supporter, and like apparently there's actually supposedly if they lose to Rangers next week, there's supposedly being a really really deep protest that's happening at Celtic Park next week if they lose. So big up to the Celtic fans as always, man. The Green Brigade, they don't tolerate shit that's going on at their football club. But it seems to be for Man United fans, us, that we can tolerate shit for 20 years, man. But it probably will continue right now because, you know, like I said, the Glazer family aren't really, you know, for your age perspective and the retirement perspective, they're not going anywhere, man. They're not going anywhere soon. And I think Sir Jim won't be going anywhere soon till this stadium gets built, man. But it's just a mess. It's just a mess, man. It's just a fucking mess. We all took the bait, Nerdin, and like when I see sides fucking match reaction, someone said enjoy the atmosphere. Like this is just madness to me, bro. Like, you know, they're just all NEL supporters, man. They can see their vision. They can all see the vision. And I've watched the Mandan talk as well, Nerd, and big up to you, bro, for being always 100% with these fucking cultures, bro, and just you know trying to encourage everyone, like every United fan, to like know like the dark, you know, path that Ineos has taken us, bro. But look, I've got no words to describe the 2 years of them being here. Like it's actually mad. It's been 2 years already, bro. It's just a filthy fucking mess, man. We're now at what 1.3 billion pound in debt, man. Nothing's been paid off. It's just, yeah, it's just a fucking disgrace, man. And you know what? You know, if this Man United fan base doesn't wake up, which I don't think it is, because everyone loves going to Old Trafford. Everyone loves, you know, celebrating. You're going to watch supporting Ruben Amorim'S, supporting Jason Wilcox, Barad, and all that stuff. Honestly, man, I might actually have to give up watching, like not being a United fan, but just watching United play because I just don't have any faith in us. Like we're like to call us a fan base is a fucking disgrace, you know. And we bantered Arsenal fans, we bantered Leeds fans, we bantered all these ones, but the difference is they're a solid football club. They have a phenomenal structure. Like their structure is properly solid. Like their developmental plan is absolutely 100%. Whereas us, we have no developmental plan. We have nothing in our club, man. And look, it's just gonna get worse and worse, people. So if ever, like I said, to the message to the whole panel and to the whole United Real Therapy community, if you solely want Amorim out, go ahead, be my guest. But all I'm gonna say to you people is you're gonna expect a whole lot fucking worse, man. If it's just Amorim gone, man, because it's just madness that people just solely want Amorim gone because we just want to get back to the Champions League. We don't deserve shit. We don't deserve any Champions League or Europa League. We deserve where we are. People say about standards. You know, Man United should have standards right now. We haven't had standards since Fergie left. Since fucking Fergie left. I don't see any standards in this football club. Long may it continue that we just continue to just constantly see pain, you know, suffering. Obviously, Amber keeps talking about suffering. It's actually got me into it as well, but it's fucking pissing me off. But just long may it continue, bro, because the more suffering we have and the more suffering for this fan base, the better, because everyone will just turn their attentions to these vultures, bro. But big up Jarvis, man. Happy Christmas to you, bro.
Big up, big up.
Happy Christmas, Jarvis. Happy Christmas. Big up to you. Hope you and the kids are good. I hope everybody in Norway's had a jolly and a peaceful Christmas. Love and light to all my people celebrating Christmas worldwide. Big up Eski. Eski, I'll ask you the question and then we'll ask Jarvis the question and then we can start the preview. Talk to me. Ineos, worse, better or worse since they've come in? Since they started shielding the Glazers and took total control of football operations?
It's the same because the Glazers are still in charge, so it's nothing much has changed in it. It's just the name on the door has seemed to have changed, but the Glazers still make all the key decisions, so it doesn't really matter. They're just the new Woodward, basically. Instead of it being one guy, they've split Woodward's job out to 3 people, and they'll take the fall regardless. So to answer your question, it's just the same, really, innit? The hope's not there.
And then we'll start quickly. Go ahead. Big up to you. That question is 2 years. And by the way, today is the anniversary of 2 years of Ineos. 2 years of Ineos is the anniversary. So talk to me, Jarvis. What did you think? Statistically, we're definitely worse off. We finished 15. I never finished 15 with the Glazers. I didn't finish 8th with the Glazers. Did we finish 8th? Yeah, we finished 8th with Ineos and Glazers. Yeah. So 2 seasons they've been here. We finished at the 8th and 15th. Carry on.
Yeah, big up everybody and Merry Christmas to all of you and happy holidays and for all of you that celebrates Christmas.
Big up.
Yeah, Newcastle is coming up, and then we can talk a little bit about the preview. But the two years reign of the Glazers and Ineos, it's been a little bit as expected, but I see some progress. We got to be honest, and they have made some hard choices, by cutting costs and getting rid of a lot of players with the wrong attitude. There's still some players left that need to leave, but some days I feel like we are on the right track. Other days I feel we are now going nowhere. So it's a tough one, and I understand everybody who's Glazers out and Ineos out, especially Ineos out, but for me that's mainly because they bailed out the Glazers. They helped them cling on for another decade at least. If they haven't come around and given the Glazers the money they needed, they would have been forced to sell. So that's for Ineos, but I think they come with good intentions. To be honest, I think they have a wish to get United back to where we once were and where we belong. But I think they have a unrealistic time frame when it comes to this, and I think they don't understand the fans. I think they are money people, they are businessmen, and they see this as a long-term turnaround. It will cost us fans a lot of heart grief, and they're not willing to splash the cash and give the financial backing that's needed for the manager to get back in a couple of seasons. We are more like a 5 to 10 year project, building the new stadium and getting the revenue up, and one day we will hopefully compete. But we never know. So if I'm going to give Ineos and the Glazers a grade, I would give them a 3 out of 10 so far. I'm not having it. I'm not a big supporter. I hope that both Ineos and Glazers will be out of here pretty soon, and we'll have new proper owners who wants to turn this ship around pretty quick, because I don't have time. Who knows? Maybe I'm not alive in 10 years' time. So time flies for all of us. But if you want me to start a little bit on the preview, Nuruddin, I can say a couple of words.
You can start. I just want to remind people, it's 2025 is coming to an end. Aston Villa, the team that we played last, have won 10 games in a row in the Premier League. I think we've got 11 or 10 wins in 2025.
Yeah. The results are terrible. From the result point of view, we are 1 out of 10. But we are doing stuff in the back room and changing things. But the academy, I think they're doing things with the academy. I think we are buying a lot of young prospects. But I think this is as I said, 5 to 10 years time ahead. Then I think this is where the problem lies.
Go ahead, Jarvis. Go ahead.
Yeah, when it comes to the preview, I think it will be a difficult game. Newcastle is a good team. They are really strong, and we all fear that midfield, probably one of the best midfields in the Premier League. Bruno G, Tonali, fantastic player. I love a player like Tonali. If we could get Tonali, I wouldn't wait a second. I will just splash the cash and get him. He's probably the best midfielder in the Premier League for me. Maybe him or Sander Berge. But Joe Linton comes in with the physicality. But it will be an interesting game. We know Eddie Howe likes the 4-3-3, the high press. We know from former clashes with Newcastle, they like to try to pin down our fullbacks. This time, I think we will try to turn it around. I'm almost convinced that Amorim will go with the 3-1-3-3, and then you will have our wingbacks high up and try to pin their fullbacks down, and we will have our number 10s spread out in the half spaces, trying to stretch out the midfield, and for us to gain the advantage. And also when we play the 3-1-3-3, we will have we will outnumber them in the build-up. So we could see another game similar to the Aston Villa game. We thought they were going to dominate with that box midfield and all of those strong midfielders. But Amorim, he did quite well from a tactical point of view and stretched their first line and stretched them out. And we created constant half space options because of the formation. So, I expect we could see a similar game to the Aston Villa game, and I hope we won't get pinned down by them. I hope we have an offensive mindset and try to go into attack and have the courage to stand high and wide with our fullbacks, wingbacks, so we can actually pin them down. And don't be afraid of Gordon and what's that other guy's name? The other winger. I can't get his name.
Murphy.
Yeah, Murphy. Yeah. So that's my initial thoughts on the game.
Yeah, big up Jarvis. So I've been doing a little bit of research on them, and just say that their record actually has not been that great this season in terms of away record, but they're quite consistent in the way they play, like tactically. Their framework, how they perform away from home. But they've had a really difficult away from home. They've not been that great this season away from home. They only for quite some time, I think they scored 2 goals in an ongoing 8-game winless streak on the road, dating back to the previous campaign. So they're not in these, they've not been great this season. I don't think they have a big squad whatsoever. There has been a lot of talk in and around Newcastle, actually, the Newcastle fans, saying about tactical overhauls. He needs to do something, especially in midfield, to address the inconsistency and the intensity and the chance creation and the overall execution away from home. But their core setup remains the same. The home games. The biggest thing what they do is physicality, directness, and that selective aggression. They usually line up with 4-3-3, which is a favorite of Ben in the chat. Big up Lewis, by the way. Come to troll Ben again. Listen, mind the language. It's Christmas after all, but disagree with what Ben says. Don't just go on your trolling horse. But yeah, so, this provides a really good balance for them, the 4-3-3. Well, on the road this season, this is sometimes been the vulnerability because they've relied too much on defending, I thought. I watched the game against Sunderland. That's the game that I watched. Obviously, it's a derby game, and it's a one-off game in terms of going away. But sometimes during the game, their tactics can shift to 4-2-4. During the build-up, sometimes they go 3-2-5, settled in possession, where one of the fullbacks tucks in to form a back three, and the midfielders push forward to create overloads. So this is who they are. This is who Newcastle are. They've struggled this season. I think they struggled with the Champions League commitment. I think you've seen Newcastle. When they're out the Champions League, they actually go and do well in the league. They get into the Champions League. You know what I mean? They do well enough to be consistent in the Premier League to get into the Champions League. Once they get into the Champions League and they're playing 2 games a week, sometimes 3 games a week, then they fall back into their rhythm and they're like, because they don't have the squad. I genuinely don't believe they have the squad. And obviously they're owned by Saudi, but they can't spend a lot of money. PSR rules. People, there's over nearly 150 of you in here. Please smash a like. It costs you absolutely nothing. The channel is shadow banned. So the least you could do on a Merry Christmas one is like the video. Like the video, people.
Yes.
And we don't need no super chats. I don't need you to join the channel. I just need you to smash the like. So in terms of what they are and what they're doing, this is who they are. That's how they are. Obviously, Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, Joe Nilton. Yeah, that's what they've been. But this season, they've underperformed because I genuinely do think people have worked them out, and also because they don't have the level of energy and aggression for having the Champions League games. Then they can't do it twice in a week because they're such a physical running team. I don't think they'd be able to do it, especially that midfield, because that midfield plays every game, majority of games. But this season, you've seen Joe Linton being substituted a lot. You know what I mean? So, and then also they've had injuries, Staff Botman, Malik Tiao, like Nick Pope, like these guys have been injured. What's his name? The guy I always think, the Swiss guy. He's been,
Elanga.
him and that Malik Tiao can't play together. They can't.
Shah.
Is his name Shah? Yeah. They both struggle defensively because they've not had that Malik Tiao. They've not had an understanding yet. They look a bit confused. But Shah and Botman are a better pair. Yeah, but the big thing for me is that the danger they have for us tomorrow is that they've got 2 fantastic fullbacks. Livramento and then the other kid. I forget the other kid's name.
Miley, the young guy.
No, the fullback.
Lewis Hall.
Lewis Hall, yeah. Lewis Hall and Livramento are up and down fullbacks. They're up and down fullbacks.
I think Livramento is injured. I think it's Luis.
Right.
I think this is a young guy,
they've
Luis
not played a
Miley,
midweek
who
game.
plays fullback.
You sure?
Yeah, Smiley played the last
David
game.
is right, guys. Lewis Smiley played last game and the game before. Livramento's long term out.
He took care of Garnacho.
They've got a lot of defensive injuries, bro. They've got usually their fullbacks. Trippier's out, Botman's long term out, Livramento's out. Dan Burn, who's been really
Livramento got injured as well. Okay, I didn't know
He
that. I saw him play
didn't
against
play,
Sunderland.
bro. He didn't play against Chelsea. Burn is out. Lascelles, even the backups out. Kraft's out. So the defense has got a lot of problems. That's why Lewis Smiley's stepping in, and he's a good player. Every midfielder has been fit. Elanga is just not getting into the team at the moment. You've got Barnes has come back. He's been pretty good. And you've got Gordon, obviously. That's those 2 guys there. They break quickly. If you watch the game against Chelsea, they pressed. They did tire, and Chelsea pressed. It was a fantastic game. They transition very quickly. Now with Joe Linton back as well, it adds an extra bit of steel into the midfield. Will be interesting to see how our midfield fares against theirs. But they have the ingredients, like you saw against Villa. Villa scored their first goal completely against the run of play. And they've got, McGinn is in the middle with Tielemans. They're not, they're dogged workers as well. But we were able to press them really high, outnumber them in the midfield. They're coming with 4-3-3. So maybe Amorim will do exactly what he did against Villa, try and crowd it out. It is high risk. So you have to, this is what I keep saying to people. One thing that happens with Man United is we do lose the ball. And when we lose the ball, we're susceptible to transition.
Our defense can't fucking defend. Full stop.
No,
they don't know.
now when you
as
play
a unit, our defense, as a unit, they can't defend as a unit. They don't help each other out. They don't back each other up. They don't do
Let me just make 2 quick points. When you play a high risk game, City have played a high risk game. But
City actually more defensive.
They are
Manchester
now,
United.
but what
They
I'm
are-
trying
they
to
have
tell
been
you,
this
let me just compare Man United to try and insight you a little bit. If you're going to play this game, Manchester City have played this game. They've changed a little bit now. But what Manchester City have, it's not that Ruben's exceptional. Ruben, even Laporte in those days when they played such a high-risk game like we're playing now, they looked average when they were being counter-attacked. Even Leicester smashed them up, made those defenders look average. But they have 70% possession of every game. So those counter-attacks are few and far between, and they bang goals. That's the difference. We don't do that. Liverpool have got two guys at the back. They play a high-risk game, even now. But Van Dijk and Konate don't mind being left one-on-one. That's why you're putting in Lenny Yoro, because of the speed, and that's why we say Maguire could be an issue unless we're going to play a mid-block. Those defenders have to understand, in this system, you're going to get one-on-one. That's going to happen if we lose the ball and transition quickly. That's why, like last game, that what's he called? That fantastic guy that scored 2 goals against us at Villa. Bro,
Rodgers.
first goal, Rodgers, completely against the run of play. You lose the ball. Everyone, you're exposed. Lenny Yoro is one-on-one. So there's loads of little errors you could say this should have happened, that should have
No,
happened.
listen. I'm sorry, Bumbaye. But Bumbaye,
Do you get me? It's a different discussion. Different discussion. Nuruddin. Let's not do that. It's been done. I'm not going to go into who's blame.
16
But what I'm
games,
saying to you is, I know, but what I'm trying to say, Habib, is I'm not putting it down to. Look, I'm not. Forget Lenny Yoro. I don't want to get into that,
bro. Don't try and
No, bro. I've already told you what I thought.
As a team, without the ball, we're woeful. It's not just the defense,
brother.
We're woeful. And
we are going to be exposed. Listen, let's not do that. Let's focus on this now. Forget that.
No, I'm not. I'm focusing on the reality. This is that, Bumbaye. You want me to forget about how many goals we conceded? And by by the way, if we carry on at this rate, conceding the amount of goals we conceded,
it's not good,
it would be a Premier League record.
I'm talking about tactics. I'm just trying to. I know, Habibi. I know that.
What are we doing here?
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm sorry. A crucial part of the tactic is Bumbaye is what we are with the ball and without the ball.
You see, what am I talking? What am I talking about? What am I talking about?
You're telling me, against a run of play. So every goal we've conceded been against a run of play? No. And we've not been playing high-risk football. We've not been playing high-risk football in those games. We don't. I saw us play 10-man Everton. We didn't risk fuck all.
No, we didn't.
Us play 11 against 11 against West Ham, and we risked fuck all.
Bro, look, you know when you're trying to... You know when you're asking...
This high risk. Manchester United are not high risk football team. They're woeful. They don't even know what the F they're doing.
It's not, bro. When you've got look. Manchester United push.
Let me just get into this.
Let me finish at least, man. You asked me a question and then you interrupt me. I'm trying to make a point about tomorrow's game. The danger is Barnes and Gordon attack quickly. Walter Marder holds the ball up very well. The danger is you're going to get dispossessed and there's going to be space in behind, and that's what Manchester United does. It is high-risk football when they decide to do it. If you're mid-blocking, you're mid-blocking. Against Villa, they pushed right up. Some of the best plaudits that I've given the defence is when De Ligt is smashing into the midfield, when Shaw is coming into the midfield. You don't see that much from Yoro, but that's when you are getting the best of the teams. It is high risk. But if you lose the ball, you're going to be open, and that's a risk I'm willing to take to play a decent brand of football. That's just it comes with the territory. But what I'm saying to you is there are defenders in this league like Van Dijk and Konate that get exposed. One-on-one defending is a part of football if you want to play this way. If Amorim'S going to say, right, we're going to mid-block it today, everybody drop 10 yards back, all right, different game. Fine, different game. But if you play that game, I become very interested how that looks without Bruno Fernandes. Very interested. So let's see how it goes.
Okay. Bumbaye, are you already making the excuse if you lost as to the absence of Bruno Fernandes
No,
Would be
no. Tomorrow we play the game. You come here. You give your opinions.
all right.
Like Nuruddin said to me last time, did we miss Bruno and Casemiro? It's only 45 minutes. It's only going to be one game without Bruno. Let's see. We've got a run of games without him. I'm very interested how Manchester United look. Not because I tell you he's the first name on the team sheet for me, but we will have to, at a certain point, move away from Bruno, who's been asked to take the lion's share of possession. He's not doing it because he wants it. He's been asked. We're being asked to play through him because he has the ability. So when you're taking the lion's share of the possession and expected to execute, that is risk.
Okay.
That is risk, right? So you're not always going to get it right. And he's been getting it in moments more wrong than right. So the criticism comes. So if he disappears, I'm hoping Mount, Martinez if he starts, Casemiro, Cunha, all the other boys are going to step into that and get us the goals and get the assists and create. We'll see.
So, yeah, for what I need to say about the game for tomorrow, I'll just quick point out the point about Bruno. The issue with Bruno is that while he gives us in potency, we sacrifice control for that. Otherwise, how are we one of the highest scoring team in the league, but we're still in the position that we are? Obviously, he gives us potency, but since we don't have control, we concede. So maybe we need to, what we need to find is the balance. And the balance is when Bruno doesn't take risk. And then we have a game in which we control the outcome, regardless of how much goal we score. So we'll wait and see in the future, in the next games, how much control we get and how much would it cost us in terms of winning or losing games. Because if you have an attack like our attack that is not clinical, I don't know why you want to get into a shootout with the opponent anyway, because you creating opportunity and your strikers cannot put those ball cannot put the ball in the back of the net. So what's the point?
You still need to create them, bro. That you can't say what's the point. You have to create those opportunities.
Okay, coming back to the game for tomorrow. Going back to what the point that Jarvis made, I don't think it will be a similar game to Aston Villa, just because I look at Aston Villa as a team that is cute, with a robust midfield and with a manager that's pretty pragmatic. But Newcastle has always been like an honest team, and they haven't lost their identity when it comes to that working hard ethos. They just a hardworking team with a robust midfield and a manager that in which they all buy into the program. Now, the difference tomorrow, I think, will be mainly in terms of approach. I've noticed what the Bournemouth game and the one we play against Aston Villa is that if you compare those, they let us have the ball a little bit more, especially in the Bournemouth game. Right after the second half, when they came back and they decided to press us, we gave them the ball right away and they scored. It was a 2-2. So the approach tomorrow is if Eddie Howe decides to press us, then it will be a different kind of game, because I don't think we have the potency up front to hurt them because of the absence of Ahmad and Mbomo. Ahmad, because of the isolation he can create on the wings and how dangerous he is, and Mbomo because of the threat of running in behind. I don't see Cunha being able to run behind, and I don't see Sesko being explosive enough to create that separation. Even though he has the movement, I don't think he can do that. And now Bruno is not there to pick up those runners neither. So I don't think Eddie Howe will give us that respect of sitting back or giving us a low block. I think they're gonna press us high, and that's when we run into difficulty and we start playing the ball into our lateral center back, and they start hoofing it over the top. And also in terms of personnel, the Villa striker Ole Watkins is more of a winger, inside striker, winger. But if you look at Voltemade, he's literally a second midfielder for a fourth midfielder for them. He's
holds
easily
up the ball.
comfortable. Sorry?
He holds up the ball.
Yeah,
as
he's
well. He's very good at
comfortable dropping into the middle and finding their runners. So they're pretty versatile. They can play through their middle based on the profile of Voltamade. And they can also play through the wing because of the pace of Anthony Gordon. So I'm looking at the matchup. Anthony Gordon, Lenny Yoro is not going to be pretty based on what I've seen from Lenny Yoro in the past game. Murray, he's still traumatized. Soleimani take him on the outside a lot. Now Rogers just took him in the inside and scored 2 bangers on him. What is Gordon gonna do to him? So if he's Amorim, I'm going to be looking at that and scratching my head. I need to find a solution to that. The third aspect, which I think is very important, is that Newcastle, they can outwork us. They can work for 90 minutes straight, and they also have impact sub. As much as Elanga is erratic in the final third, Elanga against tired leg is still a problem. What's his name? Jacob Murphy and Harvey Barnes. Those are impact sub. So those are going to be important tomorrow. And I believe, regardless of how the game pan, if they outwork us and we tend to get tired as the game goes on, they already can get the control of the midfield because of the profile of the strikers that they have. They can also open up the pitch and play on the wing because of the pace of Gordon. And their fullback are very comfortable inverting as well. So it's going to be a very difficult game, and it's not going to be the same as Aston Villa.
Go ahead, Eski. How do you see the game tomorrow?
The game tomorrow is going to be a weird one, isn't it? Because obviously Euro's his confidence is just gone. We're and ahhing about putting Martinez into midfield, which I don't think you should tomorrow because, yeah, it looked good against Villa and people have been like flaunting him with the idea, we should play midfield anyway. I just don't think Villa's midfield are that strong and powerful. They're a good technical side, but they're not strong like Newcastle's team. If you put Martinez in that midfield tomorrow against them lot, I think he's just going to get eaten up. He's not got the strength. He don't have the pace. The problem with him and obviously Casemiro is once you get past him, that's it. It's not, there is no guy on your neck, Baleba, Kante kind of guy, where you know someone's going to come get you. And even for Bruno's faults and stuff, when his position early shit, but off the ball, he does run. Bruno does come like off the ball, so you're missing him tomorrow. So you don't have a willing runner there tomorrow. You're going to have to ask Mason Mount to cover a lot for, Martinez if he is in there. And that's if Amorim does keep the shape. If Amorim does surprise everyone and go like 4-2-4 or something like that, or, change up, I'm not sure what you can do. I think, we're not keeping clean sheets this season. So I'm not going to predict a clean sheet at all tomorrow. It's just, can we keep, the score down or can we outscore the other team? I think Watmada's going to be a handful. We ain't got no leaders at the back. I think, Lamens is doing what he can. I think he could be doing a bit better with a couple of shots that he's faced recently. But for me, I think if Euro does start, he has to sort his confidence out because last couple of games we have seen it and it's quite shot. So I think, it depends if Casemiro's back. If Mount has a good game tomorrow, I think he'll be okay. Cunha showed very good signs against Villa, to be fair. But it's still not enough. We still do need... The team's not clicked yet. The only one thing I can say is that there are still levels for the team to go. Are we going to see against Newcastle it's all going to form together? No. We've got players missing. Sesko's back, but we've got players at AFCON. So I think tomorrow it might just be a case of... We're at home, innit? Playing at home tomorrow. Yes. So we're at home. Newcastle are shit away, and our home record is shit. So I'm not sure. I'm going to say like a 2-2 draw, something like that tomorrow where, we just take the point and we just fucking move on. If we get beat tomorrow, it's going to be terrible. United traditionally, we always have a Boxing Day fixture because, we're the biggest club in the country. So traditionally, they always had to fuck us up and put us in Boxing Day there. So for our fans, especially just after Christmas, I think it's going to be, if we don't win tomorrow, we'll get an earful from the fans. So I predict 2-2 tomorrow.
Go ahead, Ben. How do you see it quickly? How do you see the game tomorrow?
Well, first things first, I'm really looking forward to the game, man, because I think everyone in the panel and the whole chat know that my go-to gaffer after Ruben Amorim would be Eddie Howe. Like, that's my guy. I think anyone in the Prem would love to have him as well, man, because he's he just plays at 4-3-3, just absolutely just perfection. Like that three in the midfield. I don't think there's a better three-man midfield than Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, and Joe Linton, man, in the Prem. And I'll say that. Yes, Arsenal have a
But
good,
Ben,
decent.
they can't do it 2 games in a week, though. They can't.
No,
do it 2
100%.
games in a
But
week.
that just comes down to depth in the squad. And once you take out Tonali, Bruno Guimaraes, like they're nothing. They're nothing because they don't play the same way. They have to adapt, obviously, to the system. Obviously, what Eddie Howe's trying to do. One thing I love as well is they always whip crosses in even before Waltermart came in. They started whipping crosses all the time. That's what United used to do back in the day in Fergie days. It was always crosses this, crosses that. So do you know what, man? Like, Elodie plays for the midfield, but he uses the width as well, which is just what I love about Eddie Howe. He has the 2 fullbacks always playing attacking, and a high line with obviously with Scar and Boltman, or is that how you spell it?
Spotman.
Spotman. Yeah. And like I said, man, like I'm really looking forward to it, man, because if it's an Eddie Howe masterclass tomorrow, man, and I know a few people here, Newcastle fans in Ireland, and they are Eddie Howe out. They says they don't think he's the man to take us even further, which is just music to my ears right now, because I would absolutely love this guy. I think
Nonsense.
I think he's just what?
It's nonsense, you know, that he can't take them any further. He's one of the best
I think he's
in the
amazing.
Premier
I
League.
think he's amazing.
Newcastle fans are delusional in my head if they say something like that.
Yeah, I know. And I think it's
no
just standard. Jarvis, like, you know, they just don't, like, they're just quick, like, reactive. Like, they're a reactive fan base. Like, they just say, oh, he needs out. It's a bit like us, to be fair. But look, onto the game, man. Like, I mean, I don't completely agree with Vesky in terms of Bruno, man. I think obviously losing Bruno tomorrow is a breath of fresh air, man. Obviously, I don't know why we're talking about Bruno running and stuff. Man runs to fucking Mars and then focuses on the fucking football, man. He just doesn't know where the fuck he is, man. But like, onto the game tomorrow, I think it's actually important that we take the game to Newcastle, because if we're just gonna play with Casemiro and say someone else, like another midfielder beside Casemiro, you know, we're just letting Newcastle dictate the game.
Well, I think Casemiro will play in midfield tomorrow.
It'd be awful, because we're literally gifting Newcastle, like, for them to come at us, really, and like, that's not what you want to see, especially at Old Trafford, man. And like, if it's Martinez and Casemiro tomorrow, like, I can see some form. Yes, it might not be as, you know, great, obviously, because Casemiro still doesn't have the legs. But I can still see some form of control. It's just the issue is with me is you've lost Ahmad, you've lost Mbumo, and you've lost Mazarawi. But at the end of the day, there's no excuses for Ruben Amorim. He has to deal what he has to deal with. You know, he has to get the best out of this whole squad. It's not only just an 11-sided team. There's more players in this, you know, starting 11 that can perform if someone's absent or someone injured or someone's away on holiday or wherever. But it's just if we just leave them, if we let them dictate the play and let them come at us, I think it's going to be, you know, it's going to be rough. It's going to be a tough night for OT, man. But I think we just need to take the game to them. I think Cunha needs to play tomorrow. I'd probably give Sesko a break, bring Xerxes into the game, and maybe Mason Mount as well. Have Dalot, Dorgu on the left.
Dan, why would you? Because I've been toying with the idea of Xerxes. I'm going through different teams in my mind as I'm listening to you guys. Why would you? What's your rationale for Sesko for Xerxes? What do you think that gives us?
Well, first things first. I don't think Sesko's been great the last few games. I've actually seen more in that Villa game. I've seen a lot more what Xerxes did than what Sesko offered. And like I said, like, Sesko hasn't taken his chances. And you, at United, you need to start taking your chances, otherwise you're going to get criticised. Now, I don't blame the kid. I just think Ineos should have brought another striker in, an experienced striker, to help Xerxes and help Sesko, obviously, in the second and third options. But give Sesko a rest, man. Like, you know, at the end of the day, we've got 2 strikers there. You know, you need to, like, rotate, just like what Eddie Howe does with his squad, and give Xerxes a few games, man, because, you know, what I've seen at Villa, he actually made us even better, like, compared obviously with Martinez coming on. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the game, bro. I really am.
Big up to you, Ben. Go ahead, Jarvis. How do you see the game tomorrow? And then I can give my 2 pence. And then we'll pick the team then after that. Pick the team.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if everybody, I like the tactical board, so I will bring up the tactical board and try to explain it for you. I didn't do a preview on my channel, so I might as well do it here. When I talk about the 3-1-3, we obviously have a back three. We have Casemiro as the single six. We have three guys in the midfield and two high wide wing backs. And against a 4-3-3, I think that's actually quite good, because if you see here, our wing backs, they are pinning down Newcastle's fullbacks, and we match up man against man in the midfield, and we have one guy who's free. That will be Casemiro in this system, who will help out defensively and into the midfield. So we have one man spare in both ends. So,
is that our build-up, or is that
No, I think this is what we did against Aston Villa. We played in a 3-1-3-3 formation, and because of the height and width of our wingbacks, Dalot and Dogu was pretty high, and we managed to stretch out Aston Villa's box midfield. And I think if you see here, I shaded out the half spaces. This is one half space. This is the other half space, because the pitch is five lanes. You have the center lane, you have the half spaces, and the wide spaces. So in the half spaces, you will see Cunha and Mason Mount operate, and I think that's one of the key, because we always have a passing lane. Let's say the ball comes from Lamens to one of the wingbacks. You have a passing lane into the midfield, and then out again to the wingbacks. No, to the number 10s. And
the job that Casemiro's doing there, that's ordinarily Bruno's job, right?
No, not in this system. Not in this system, because we usually play with the double pivot, but then we will be overloaded, because then we will let Newcastle play the regular 4-3-3.
So who's going to take the ball off the defense to turn and start play? Usually it's Bruno.
We don't play like that. We play through the wide centre halves. We don't play through midfield.
Yeah, we play more controlled in this way, and because of Cunha and Mason Mount being in the half spaces, we will spread out their midfield three. So we will be more man against man, not a box and overloaded centrally. And there are ways around this for Newcastle. They can, for example, push Guimares and Joe Linton up, and force Casemiro and Bruno back, and pick Lewis Smiley and Mason Mount up in here and help out. But then we will always have an out on the wing backs. So I don't think they will do it. So, but for this to work, our wide centre backs needs to keep the width. They can't be narrow, because then we will be easy to press down, and our wing backs need to be high and wide to press their fullbacks down. So it depends on a couple of things. If we can do it, it will be a similar game to the Aston Villa game.
Just want to point out something, Jarvis, that those wide space look wider. They look more like the Grand Canyon when you look at our three versus their back four. So God forbid we lose the ball in transition, those wide space will be bigger to exploit on our side than their side, because they're narrower.
Yeah, Jarvis, I just wanted to add one more thing as well.
Yeah, please.
Against the Newcastle, against the Villa game, what we saw is with the wing-backs, with Dogu and Dalot, especially Dalot. So without the ball, wherever the ball is coming, if the ball is coming down on Diego Dalot's side, he usually presses. When we lose the ball, Dogu comes and makes it a back four, then Euro becomes a fullback. Then we go into a back four shape. But when it was the other way around, because it's like a lever, going like this. So on the other side, when the ball's with Diego Dalot should drop and make it into a back four. And then we have Dogu as the outlet. But he wasn't dropping positionally. He's absolutely woeful, that Diego Dalot. One thing about Dogu was in position, in line with the back four. And that got analysed perfectly. And I saw it doing a watch-along. And then I saw it when I was watching the game again. I watched the game again. Because in the first watch, I thought we played all right. We played really well I thought it was the best away performance. On the second watch, it was Villa that gave us the ball. The first half, yes, we didn't let them out.
Yeah, but they couldn't, because they weren't compact in the midfield. They couldn't pass. We went man to man.
Yeah,
and then we control the ball. We control the tempo. Martinez control the ball all the time in this position.
In the second half.
Did you watch Unai Emery's interview post-match, anybody?
No, I don't need to watch that because what I'm aware of, Bombay, and what I missed out on the initial match reaction that me and you did was the fact that Villa have not won 10 games in a row in the Premier League. Manchester United have an incredible record. We're their bogey team. They've only ever beaten us in the Premier League history in the league 6 times in the entire 30 years of the Premier League, however long it is now.
So,
right?
bro,
Let me finish. Then you can come in and rebut. They were extremely nervous. The Midlands press, the whole country is saying that they're in a title race. The pressure that they felt about this game was extraordinary because here was the game where they had to win. So he went for the very conservative tactic. Me personally, I think, yes, we didn't let them get out and play. I thought the press worked, and that's where the goal came from. But I personally believe, tactically, he realized Manchester United's defense is shit. We will make 1 or 2 chances to win this fucking game as long as we don't concede. And when I looked at it, Bombay, Martinez, their goalkeeper, for all that huff and puff FC, for all that ball play and all that pressing, he only made 1 save in the game. 1 proper save in the game. So give it a rest. Because second time I watched it and I was like, oh shit, tactically, they were actually just sat back. That's why the split striker came about. Watkins, and that's why what Luwani was saying. Watkins and Rodgers going out wide, and McGinn and those guys try to play that long ball, play through us. And Luke Shaw was too late. Luke Shaw tried to press him, but he was too late. McGinn was too strong. He let him turn. He should have took the yellow card for the team, but he didn't. And they were so nervous. The way he celebrated, the way the Villa fans celebrated, told me everything. Because here it was to have a 10 game straight away, 10 consecutive wins in the Premier League and keep the momentum going. And that's what they did. They did what they had to do to win the game. It wasn't their best performance, but that's what teams do. They find a way of winning the game and grinding out the result. And that's what their tactics was. I even went and read, the Birmingham news, what the people were saying. I went to the Birmingham news and the Villa fans.
Don't move it yet.
Keep it there. Let me just.
Okay.
So Unai spoke about.
Unai sat back. Whatever he says, the reality was that his team, his tactics was not to get beat. Not to get beat. Anybody can remix what they want to remix. What we saw on the football pitch was Villa players sitting back, trying to do what the low block was.
Yeah, but you got to give it to us. We stretched the midfield box out, so they lost their solidity when it came to the defensive shape, and I think we won the midfield battle centrally.
I genuinely think they stepped back.
And I like that we actually could control the central area of the pitch for once. We haven't done it so far under Amorim. So I thought that Amorim found a solution with this 3-1-3-3 formation thing. But it depends on a lot of things. As I said, the wide centre backs need to be able to be man against man, defend the wide areas, and the wing backs need to be high and wide and pin them down for this to work.
But what did we create, Jarvis? What did we create with that? How many saves did Martinez make?
Yeah, but Nuruddin, not everybody sees it that way.
I'm asking the question. That's the most important thing in football. How much you are the goalkeeper?
Bro, let me just answer. Let me answer. So, just let me tell you a couple of things. The first thing I'll say, me and you always come with the ultimatum of how many saves did the keeper make. In my personal opinion, bro.
That's how I judge how you dominate in a game of football. It's how much you work the opposition goalkeeper. That is the true test of domination. Because I am not asked for possession's sake. I just want to explain before you go, Jack.
No, I know.
I need to explain it. No, not to you, to the audience. My philosophy in football is this. I don't give a fuck about possession unless you are peppering the opposite goal. The possession is with purpose to work the goalkeeper, to create chance after chance, to make sure if we're going to come out of a game, I will always defend the team and the coach and the football club. If the opposition goalkeeper is man of the match, or if he made 3 or 4 or more saves in the game, against us. I'm like, you know what? Today we want to look it. We created that chance, and that chance, and he made that save. And another day we could have scored those goals. That's been that's my philosophy on football. To me, all this keeping the ball bullshit means fuck all to me. It means fuck all to me in football. Because at the end of the day, what the football is about is between here. It's this goalkeeper here, that white line, and it's about goals. Your possession control, your control of the game has to result in you working the goalkeeper. I'm mute now. I'll let you explain what you want to explain.
So first of all, I've never been an advocate of that analogy to decide the control of a game or my feelings regarding if I'm feeling secure, if I feel like we're going to score. What I'm looking for from Man United now is control, is improvement, is creating opportunities and openings. Sesko could have had 2 goals. Cunha missed an absolute sitter. You're not going to get, they don't give a lot away. So what we did was very good. We absolutely shut them down. We overcrowded them in the midfield. However,
Mumbai, you just said something that's factually wrong. They do give a lot away. Look at their games. Away to Brighton, away to West Ham. They concede goals right, left, and centre. And that's why I'm trying to explain to you and Jarvis, this game, they sat back. Tactically, they sat back.
They couldn't get out.
Same thing Arsenal did when they scored. They sat back against us, let us have the ball tactically, and we think we've got some control when it's fake, when we don't test the goalkeeper. But carry on.
No, I disagree with you. We absolutely shut them down. It'd be interesting if Jarvis could bring up the stats for dispossessions in that game. That'll probably be the highest game you've seen under Amorim in the 2 seasons, in my opinion. And the cutting of passing lanes and the interceptions, those will be off the charts in that game, in my opinion. I've not seen them, but I'm pretty sure. You're welcome to bring those up. However, this is the high risk I'm talking about. This is a natural position in which you see Manchester United with that back 3. And Gordon and Murphy and Walter Marder is exactly what you're going to see from Newcastle. Therefore, this is the high risk I'm talking about. You're looking to tell your defenders, we're going man-to-man. You will be one-on-one defending. And the reason we play guys like Euros is because they're fast. The reason we are scared with Maguire is because he's not fast. So it depends how you set up. If you want to set up this way, which I think is going to yield, if we can get it right and increase our possession of the ball, this will yield good results. But this is the high risk that I'm talking about. They're looking to isolate Gordon and Euro. And what Unai Emery said specifically in his post-match interview, although he scored the goal, I kicked his ass at halftime because he was having a shit game. And I'm looking to, we didn't get the isolations as much as I wanted them. He's looking to isolate. They're looking for that ball to isolate their player against our guys at the back. And that's what happened for both goals. They got their isolation. That's what you're doing here against Man United. And that is what you can do. You're just looking for the space in behind to get it to his feet and stand up our guy. And that's effectively what caused your 2 goals. Now, the last thing I want to say is I'm learning as well here. I don't know it all. When I watch Man United, some of his statistics in terms of chance creation come from behind the halfway line. They're very high. Now, the spare man here is going to be Casemiro, it seems. That's the idea, to have an extra man and an out ball. That is usually Bruno that is taking that ball to start the moves. Watch against Villa, first half. It's all Bruno. He takes the ball to begin the moves, to create the play or to switch the ball. So I'm going to be looking at who is going to be given that job and whether we're going to get any success that way. That's what I'm looking for. Casemiro cannot simply be just a spare man. You have to play into him. He will have to come short, take it between the first 3 guys, turn and give us the overload with the ball to start playing. And then the final thing is, I'm torn between Sesko and Xerxes. Now, the problem with Cunha is he's not an out-and-out striker. So for this to work, Sesko can give you the preoccupation of the centre-backs that you're looking for. So you've got 2 guys there, and Sesko's in between them. Now, if you put Cunha there, is he going to be naturally there? Is he going to always be there, occupying, pushing them back? Or if you put Sesko there, you will get that. So that's my only thing. But if you put Xerxes in there, then we can play a bit more. I think Xerxes with Mount and Cunha looks quite tasty in terms of link-up play. Sesko's good as well, but that's the problem with Xerxes. Although he did all right in a few games, I felt he led the line good. I think Sesko gives you that natural...
I don't mean to interrupt you, but if you see how we set up in this system, it's pivotal that our number 9 pins down the 2 centre backs. They want to be +1.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying,
if you have a number 9 who likes to drop down and be the playmaker, it won't work.
Allow them. It won't work. It'll allow them to cramp space.
Guys, let's go back to the little bit. I'm looking at the system. The system is trash, guys. I don't know if you guys look at the space between our lateral centre back and Haven.
What do you mean when you say lateral centre back?
Because
what do you mean when you say lateral?
Euro, I'm talking about Euro, Haven, and Shaw. Look at that channel compared to the channel on the other side.
You're talking about this
playing a game, playing a high. I'm talking, So we're talking about playing a high risk game against a team that have more clinical. Yeah, they have more clinical.
But Voldemar has no threat in behind. Voldemar will be used to hold up the ball, these guys can move up and they can start play. They will never be Voldemar running in behind.
But Jarvis, if Voldemar gets the ball under control and immediately puts it into a channel,
that's it.
One of those guys to run onto. That's when I tell you it's high risk football. Because usually, you see when Delict is here or Shaw is here, Luani. If you look at some of the game, they come into the midfield and blast through whoever's got the ball. We win the ball back. We are trying to win the ball back very high up the pitch by doing this. That's the idea. And that immediately leaves you exposed. So let's say Dalot is there and we lose the ball and the transitions quickly. He's not Superman and neither is Dorgu. You're going to get caught. And that is the calculated risk I'm talking about that you have to accept in this system, which is why I go back to the fact that City play in a similar way, have played previously, but they are tremendous with the ball and they score goals. That's the difference.
Yeah, my issue here is not even because Walter Made doesn't have pace, but Walter Made is more dangerous when he arrives in the box late because he's such a good header of the ball. The issue is that in this system, in this build-up, if we're building up, right, we rely on Casemiro to come and get the ball on a half turn. And Lisandro to come and get the ball in a half turn. That's what happened last time. Both of them are the most competent midfielder we have right now that can do that. But when you watch the game against Bournemouth, when Areola went to halftime, they were not pressing us like that. When they came back, he decided to press us. And as soon as they mark Casemiro, at that point, they mark our DM. The ball went straight to Luke Shaw, right? Luke Shaw went over the top. They want that header back into the midfield. And that's exactly what's going to happen because Mount and Cunha can come to the ball, but they will be back to goal. So even if they come to the ball, they will be pressed by their midfielders and they will not be able to turn and face the other way. That ball will go back to our lateral center back, Shaw or Euro, and they will go over the top. They'll win that header into the midfield, and that's where they outnumber us, right? Because once that ball is in the air, Gordon and Murphy will go narrow. And once that ball gets knocked back into the midfield, it's essentially 4 against 5.
But that will be in this space, But why this is because we don't want to lose the ball in this space when we are building up. We know that Newcastle is a high pressing team. While we play this formation, let me show you. If you play the 3 and they will press with 3. So basically it will be something like this. They will press with 3 against our back 3. We will have Casemiro as the 3. They will go man to man with the midfield 3 like this. And then that's the press. They press with 6 and we are 7. We have 1 man extra all the time, plus the goalkeeper. So we should be able to string ourselves out from this.
No, this is it. Like you assume they'll press with 3, but they don't press with 3. Their pressing trigger is when the ball gets passed to one of our...
They will never do with those centre backs. They will always be +1 in this area. They will never. So we will always
They've
have
always
one guy
got one.
extra in
Manchester
this
United is
in
the
this
only
build-up.
team.
When we go the 3-1-3-3, I think
You
we
know,
have an advantage against the
Jarvis,
3-4-3.
do you know the
Man-
extra
But
guy?
Ruben Amorim is the only coach that doesn't believe in +1 defending.
Bro,
Our
the
rest
extra
defense
guy
is disgraceful.
that we have, Jarvis, is
Yeah.
usually Bruno.
Yeah.
Usually Bruno. So Casemiro or whoever is going to be doing that job within this system. Now,
Or Tonali will probably be in between. So if we press Casemiro,
we'll see. Now,
Ugarte will be the free
I
man.
want to move it on just a little bit, gentlemen. What happens if they score first? What do Man United look like? Because that is going to be critical for the way that we play. How does that change this system? Because Newcastle will just naturally drop back now. They will have the right to naturally drop back. Now, how do you play
at
through
the
them?
end of the day, if they score
You get me?
first, they're gonna listen. If they score first, they're gonna sit back low block and play with the two wingers to counter attack us through Gomes.
Travis, I promise you.
I don't.
Listen, so let me go one second, guys.
I'm going to be quiet now.
We've seen it all season. It's the easiest. It's that big up Jarvis for bringing a tactical board. First of all, Merry Christmas to everybody. Love and light, sending you all love. The channel is shadow banned. So please, if you could do that, it'd be great. It'd be appreciated if you smash the like on the video. Big up. It helps us fight against the shadow ban. It's simple for me. Manchester United conceded 28 goals this season. It's so easy to score goals against us. So any team, if they score first, it's going to be big. The biggest thing for me is that, for me, his in-game management this season has been woeful. No other manager has conspired to let his team down. And I don't blame Amorim'S, first of all, because these clowns didn't get into players. He should have had at least 8 players with the 2. In the year that he's been here, he should have had at least 3 players in last January. And then he should have had 5 players in the summer. He had 5 players, but no 3. He should have at least 3 players this January, and it's not going to happen.
No, then what players would make that system work better?
Lots of different players.
Give us an example.
You go and get natural wing backs. Frimpong would have been a guy to get as a right back to play as a wing back on the right hand side other than Diego Dalot. The Dutch guy who's at Inter Milan. What's his name?
Frimpong is not as good. Do you think Frimpong is as good as Dalot defending?
Oh my God! Everybody, you're better than fucking Diego Dalot defending. Diego Dalot.
I'm serious.
I swear, I'm not going to lie to you. I am telling you now. I've seen Ben in clips of Ben's Sunday League football team or semi-pro in his club. I've seen more aggression from Ben and more positioning from Ben than I have ever seen in Diego Dalot. Go on, watch back to the analysis.
What makes this system function like it should?
It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Elliot Anderson will improve it straight away, but don't try to derail me because the players are there. The players to play the system. You need players who are physically strong because you most likely you're playing man against man, and also have the technical ability as well. You need that type of players. So that's what we needed. But it's not all his fault. But the way that he impacts the subs is going to be tomorrow. Crucial things are going to happen. One Bombay you've already led into. If we concede one, how do we change it at Old Trafford? And then the second thing is what happens when Casemiro gasses out after 55 minutes. What are we doing? Who's coming on? Who's coming on? This is the crucial points in the game, right? Who's coming on after 55 minutes or 60 minutes? Usually around that's where Casemiro gasses out. That's where he starts lashing out and then getting yellow cards because he's irritated. When you're fatigued, physically and mentally, you start doing things. You're off balance. You're not. So tomorrow, for me, the biggest thing I will do is not make sure that we don't concede the first goal. Because if Manchester United were to get the first goal with the Old Trafford crowd, I think we could get at them in terms of, because they've not been that great. They've lost intensity away from home because, like I explained before, of the way they've been playing in the Champions League. When they have to play this squad in Newcastle, when they have to play 2 games a week, they struggle, and their away record have struggled in the Premier League because they're playing 2 games a week. If they were to score, like Luani said, Elanga will come on, and he's got speed for days. And he doesn't need any coaching, any encouragement to bury Manchester United. He's already buried us when he played for Nottingham Forest. He ran like 60 yards to score a goal. And the players just jogged alongside him. Oh, you get him. You got him. You got him. You know what I mean? You did that already. So,
bro, are you going into this? Should we win this game? Like, what's the percentage?
Manchester United. Listen, Manchester United's record at home is woeful. Like I told you, we've entertained in the last 3 home games 3 of the most horrendous away records in the Premier League this season. That was Everton, that's West Ham, and that was not
Bro,
won away.
Do you know why I'm asking you that?
No, let me finish the point. We've not won away from home. So Manchester United form stinks. Newcastle's form away from home stinks. Something's got to give tomorrow. But in the likelihood, they can defend better than we can.
Yes.
And they can score goals tomorrow, which they found difficult to do away from home.
Can. Yeah.
No. Away from home, they've scored goals. Away from home, they've struggled to score goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I believe it's because of the intensity and the striker change. Obviously, you're replacing Isaac for a young German to come into this league. Isaac is what Isaac was doing at Newcastle was huge. Last season, he scored the first goal, if I'm not mistaken. Then Joel Inter scored the second goal, but he gave them the lead. So if that's what it's going to come down to. You've said to me they've got loads of injuries because of the intensity which they play with. And they can't do it 2 games a week. Let me finish. Hence why we should beat them tomorrow. Because like you explained, Mumbai, they've got full of injuries. They've got no regular partnerships in any place. They've got a guy makeshift left back playing left back. They've got 2 centre halves who not play together. This is what's happening to them. So we should be able to tomorrow. The only thing is that Anthony Gordon is not having a good season as he did last season. Neither is Murphy. But they have got a guy who scored at Old Trafford before. That's Harvey Barnes. And they have Elanga, who's also got a point to prove in the floodlights at Old Trafford tomorrow.
Yeah. If you're saying, you see, the reason I'm asking you that question, it's not a loaded one, it's a genuine one, because everybody went into the Villa game expecting to get tonked, not beaten, tonked. We put on our best performance, but everybody did lose their shit. If you're going into tomorrow's game saying to me, Manchester United, I expect them to beat Newcastle, then that's fine. And they don't, and they stink it out. I come back here and I say, yo, I'm with you. But if we're going into games and we're looking at our injuries and our squad, and realistically we're going up against a team into a game where we're expecting to lose, and that comes true, and then we eat their dinner and kill the manager, even if we play half decent, that I don't accept.
Yeah, I don't genuinely understand why everyone's like thinking that Man United should win tomorrow, like statistically. Because yes, they have injuries, but bro, we're still a shit team. Like we are still a shit fucking team, man. When it comes to like tomorrow's game, like I actually, if Martinez is going to be starting, it'll be very, very interesting to see how we can cope with their high press and stuff, because what I seen at that Villa game, yes, Nurden might be right. We might not have tested the keeper, but we still had a good few chances. So we did. The Cunha chance, 2 of them, by the way. 2 of them. One of them was just slightly off target. I thought it actually went in. It was ridiculously so close. Obviously, the header, and then there was like 2 others.
Ben, we didn't, Ben, for all the control
we
didn't make chances, Ben.
We did, 100%. 100%.
We made one save. That's not how proud about that.
Yeah.
Missing the target is a miss. That's not a shot on target. It's a miss. Sesko had, when he was on the pinch, 1 chance. And the other one, it was away from goal. The ball ran away from him. And he took a touch, and it was nowhere near the goal. He didn't even have a shot. So let's not go over that. For me, that's how I judge my team. That's how I judge teams on. I judge my team. Amount of control you have in a football game is how much you work the goalkeeper. Simple. That's what football is. Yeah. That's the facts of football. Control's sake.
But then again, 100%. Like you're spot on there, but at the same time, it could still be, the slightly off targets, like missed targets as well. Like because obviously it's the ability, obviously with Cunha as well. Maybe he could have stepped a wee bit further back from his header before. I think he went slightly too early, and that's why obviously it went off target. So like I said, it can come down to both sides, but I do 100% agree with you. We didn't test the goalkeeper out enough, but like I said, when it comes to tomorrow's game, if Martinez is starting, it'd be very interesting, man. Because if Newcastle let us have the
I don't
ball,
think he's going to start, Ben. I'll be shocked.
no, I
if he
never do.
starts.
Never do I,
I'll be
man.
shocked.
But you never know. You never know. I'm just saying. If
He's
he
not going to
does,
start, Ben. I promise you, Amorim is not going to start Martinez in it till tomorrow after he's just come back from a crucial ligament. Doing it for a half of a football game where we had control, where Villa let us have the ball, is a totally different story. When you're playing against runners, seasoned out players like Tonali and Bruno Gomes, different story.
Yeah.
But go
Well,
ahead.
like I said, if he, I'm just saying in an ideal where if he did start, it'd be very interesting because if obviously I that's the only other team one of the other teams I actually watch is Newcastle because I'm a huge fan of Eddie Howe. If they start doing this high pressing shit with Martinez in the team, it'd be very interesting to see how we actually cope with it because I actually think Martinez can actually progress up in the pitch because, like I said, the Villa players, yes, Nurden, they were sitting back to some degree, but they were nervous on Martinez because they know how good he was on the ball. It's the exact same situation when Matic was playing, when he was our deep line playing, obviously deep line midfielder, when he was playing out from the back, everyone was nervous of Matic because statistically he was so good playing between the lines, playing through between the lines to Pogba, to Bruno. And like I said, man, this is why people didn't really want to press Matic because he was just that good in the ball. Just like Mazraoui, when he's playing out from the back, no one wants to get at Mazraoui because he's just so confident in the ball. So it'll be very interesting if he did start, but I don't think I mean, we know Ruben Amorim does. He might start. Obviously, he is going to start Ugarte and Casemiro. But I'm just saying, if he did start, it'd be very interesting because that could have just been a one-off game where Martinez was just like ridiculously good. Like we won the midfield battle, ridiculously good. But you need to see like more games of it to see to have a fully understanding if Martinez can play that role or not. We can't just take it from one game. Obviously, with Villa, to some degree, they let us obviously have the ball. And obviously they were sitting deep.
Ben, he might come on.
100%. We'll have to see.
He might come on in the second half.
We have to see.
Casemiro and play that role.
100%.
But if we're chasing the game, it's going to be very difficult for him. It's going to be very difficult. One of the biggest things what they do is Newcastle is to get goals, is to create overloads in the box.
Overloads, yeah, 100%.
And to create overloads in the central areas to get the ball out wide, and Automata then makes the late runs, as Luani says. But it's going to be very interesting.
We should fantasize too much about Martinez playing in the midfield because we haven't seen him receiving the ball back to go under pressure. Because Villa, of course, did not press us. So if he plays tomorrow, if he plays tomorrow and receive the ball back to go, one thing we know, Martinez doesn't have the physicality to get away from his marker. Now, if he plays on one of the position of the lateral center back, he's facing the other side. Yes, he can start punching the balls in the way he does it so well. What I have to say about the game of tomorrow is that we don't know how it's going to pan in general, but we know that Newcastle will try to press us. I invite everybody to watch back that second goal of Bournemouth, and that's the issue we've been having all season, is that when we get pressed, that ball go to our lateral center back. That's a fundamental flaw of our system. I genuinely believe that because when that ball go up in the air, we play in a 3-4-3. Our wing back are essentially out of play because they're not playing in the middle. So we have only 4 players in that midfield in terms of our 2 DM and our.
Plus, you've got lazy Diego Dalot. Don't forget that as well.
So our wing backs are not
Bruno
once that ball goes in the air, our wing back are not part of the play anymore. So we have 2 DMs and 2 10s as our midfielders. Of course, unless we play in Xerxes and he dropped down in the middle, but that's not what we're doing here, right? But if you counter that with a team that plays, for example, a 3-4-3, a 4-3-3 like Newcastle. When that ball goes in the air, they can narrow the 3 up front to the middle. They can also, they already have Tonali, Guimaraes, and Joelinton. So that gives them 5, you see. And once that ball gets knocked into the middle, It's a matter of numbers and it's a matter of 50-50. They have the advantage. Same thing when we face another team that play, for example, a 4-2-3-1. It's the same scenario. Once that ball goes in the air, get knocked into the middle, they have the numbers. They have 2 DM and then they have three in front of those 2 DM, and they can narrow the other 2. That gives them 5. And that's essentially the battle that we've been losing all year long. The only difference in that ball move game is that it results in a second goal right away. If you go watch back that game, as soon as Luke Shaw lobbed that ball in the air, their center back knock it back into the middle. Their midfielder, I think it's Tavernier, he just pick up Evan Nilsson in one pass, boom, goal. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the issue we've been having.
But this is why I absolutely love Eddie Howe's system. Like, because when Eddie Howe sets his team up, when they're playing out from the back from the first phase, it's not usually in every team it's always one person to do it. There's always one player to it could be Declan Rice for Arsenal, it could be Zubimendi for Arsenal. It has to be one player. But this is why. When Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was here in his first 10 games, when he had Herrera, Matic, and Pogba, all 3 of them can be that player to play in the half turn. That's why Eddie Howe's system, them 3 guys in the midfield, can do that job. Bruno can do it, Gameres, Tonali can do it, and Joe Linton. I've seen Joe Linton do it so many fucking times. And like I said, with our team, at best, probably 2 players can do that, playing the half turn. We just haven't got enough midfielders that have similar profiles to each other that can play in the half turn. We haven't had that since Ole, realistically. And like I said, man, we just need as much as obviously we want to play for the midfield a lot, but we simply can't because we just don't have the profiles to do it. And like I said, man, this is why I really do worry with Newcastle tomorrow. If we do get pressed, like I said, Luani, if Newcastle do play that high press, it'd be very interesting if Martinez is going to be the deep line playmaker. It'd be very interesting how he actually deals with it. Can he play in the half turn? Can he not? Because Villa allowed us to have in the ball.
I will be absolutely
no chance you can play on the half turn. You know why? Because to play on the half turn, you need a certain level of physicality.
I think second.
If you're not a Pogba, or even you look at Aston Villa, Kamara, and Onana, these people can shield the ball with their body and just roll the guy who's in their back and just face the other goal. But Martinez doesn't have that physicality. So that ball will go back to our center back, and they'll just try to put it over the top.
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%. We're just in a mess right now. We're in a mess. That's
Esky, you still there?
Go ahead, Esky. Esky, go ahead.
What's the question?
You have the last minute of the show.
Your general
ITN,
thought,
by the
man.
way. Any suggestions are welcome. Any suggestions from ITN are welcome. Go ahead, Esky. In terms of the game, in terms of who's going to come on when Casemiro gasses out, when he gets that yellow card, and Amorim panics because Casemiro's fatigued and he can't keep up with these people. So what are we going to do tomorrow?
Probably bring on.
If we concede early, what's going to happen?
Probably bring on a Fletcher again, something like that. I don't know. I think we'll start.
Talking about that. He's been talking about Jack Fletcher, by the way, in the presser.
He likes him. He's a good. There's a few couple of kids in our academy, and someone mentioned before, our academy's doing quite well. I think that was all the groundwork laid by Ten Hag, though. To be fair, I always said that if he might set up the academy, and he might not live long enough to see the fruits of it, and it might be the case here. But he did come in and overhaul the academy system, so there's a good few players in there that we need to look at. I think Cheeto should be getting a look in a lot more for striking options, but yeah, I think tomorrow just see what he does with the back line. If he takes Euro, wow, I don't think we can afford to. We don't have any senior members in there, so play Euro, try play Heaven and Shaw most likely again. See what's going on with Martinez. I agree with you. I don't think he's going to dash him in midfield. Not after he's come back from that injury there. Maybe if he comes on for like half an hour, maybe do a little half an hour job to come on in midfield. But I don't think you could start him there. But yeah, no, tomorrow, like I said, I don't think we're going to keep a clean sheet in any game for the rest of the season. To be honest, we're just not good enough. So, I think we can outscore Newcastle? No. I think, like I said before, I think it's just going to be 2-2. Will they score first? Yeah. Old Trafford crowd get behind them, and this and that. But I think it's just going to be a nervous game tomorrow. But we're not as good as these sides around us. We're already a fucking volatile side anyway. We scored against teams, but we concede in it. Like 4-4 against Bournemouth at home should just tell you the story of how we are this season. That is the team we are. So I think for us, just see how we do tomorrow. Fucking see what happens, get a draw and just move on to the next one. I don't think it'll get better until our lads come back from AFCON. And then even then, I don't think we've not been that great with them in the team. That's the thing, innit? We've been a half-decent team with them here. And we've been chatting shit about Liverpool all year. And look, they're still above us. That is the biggest thing we have to say. After all said and done, we've been taking a piss all year. And that's just it. So we're going to have to see. Fingers crossed, see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, big up. A couple of the quotes from the second half of the Amorim'S embargoed press conference is coming out. So here he is bootlicking for the fucking Ineos and Glazers. Here he is in protecting the owners. Amorim on January transfer. We have a plan. We're going to stick to it. So that means we're going to do whatever the fucking owners say. If we have an opportunity to sign a player, so only one player, who we believe represents the future of the club. What the fuck does that mean? So that means no to any loanees. So not anybody that can help us till the end of the season. That means no loanees, and the only if is a big if to sign one player. Otherwise, we have Jack Fletcher. I thought you told us the young players are entitled and they're shit. They're not that great. I thought you've been telling us since you got here. What the fuck are you talking about? And why the fuck are you mentioning these guys? Something like Sunderland have got 5 or 6 players at the AFCON. So stop using these as a fucking excuse, mate. Jack Fletcher, John Lacey. Jack Fletcher, so that's what he's...
Bro, your interpretation is so bad.
Yeah, that's how I interpret it.
It's so bad, man. Honestly, it's not right, man.
Yeah, because I've heard this from every manager.
Nah, it's not right, man. It's not right. No.
Bumbaye, please. I can interpret what I hear. I've got more experience than you watching what these managers have said in the last 13 years. Because I know what every fucking coach has said in the last 13 years. The only guy who kicked off, and it was once he kicked off when he was in the US, and he said, I don't give a fuck about the kids. This guy's been chatting shit about the fucking youth teams, majority since he got here. First, when he got here, it was like, the youth team's not that great. I remember his first, second, or third interview was like, the youth team, those players, we need experienced players. And now he's saying we've got Jack Fletcher.
You're spinning plates.
No. Let me finish. You can come back at me. Let me go through this. Amorim on contract situation, Maguire and Casemiro. No decision has been made yet. We have a lot to. We need to know what will happen next season. Whether we play in European matches, straight. We're playing in the fucking conference. And I'm not going to anybody. Do I want to keep them? I'm happy with them. But I don't know what's going to happen. So we'll see how the season ends, what our position and standings will be. Then we'll see. Okay, so he's just waffling. He wants to keep guys who are over the fucking hill. That's another fucking worrying thing for me. I'm like, give it a fucking rest. What else did he say? We're talking about Kobe Mainoo. He says, we're talking about how Kobe Mainoo doesn't have the minutes that he deserves or needs. No, he's 17 months of fucking... of his career has been wasted. It's not all on you, but the last year has been on you. But before that, it was on Ten Hag as well. And then you have the opportunity, and Kobe is not here, so sometimes it's bad luck. Okay, well, you keep telling us that. And then he continues here. It says, Amorim, where the Kobe mainly could leave Man UFC, if you don't recruit anyone, it's difficult to let him go. So that is what is relying on. So this is how you interpret it, people. So what they're saying, if they don't get a midfield they're in, Kobe can't go anywhere. And they said, if he's saying, using the word, if we don't recruit anyone, it's difficult to let him go. We're short of players, even with a full squad. It's not enough to cope with what can happen here. Well, I don't know what the fuck that means. What can happen here? We've only playing one game a fucking week, so give it a fucking rest. We are the club with lots of ability. We have to win every game. This guy, for the day that he's been here from day fucking one thing he repeats. It's like this is what they give him to talk about. This is what he says. Every single fucking... That is one of the biggest talking points when he got the job. They said, every time you get on the press, you have to say, We have to win every game. We have to win every
Yeah,
game.
Yeah,
Shut
there's no
the
excuse.
fuck
but
up,
here,
man.
but I have a
You've won
question though.
14 wins. You've had 14 wins in your whole fucking year at
Yeah, yeah.
Manchester. There are no
Yeah.
excuses. There are excuses because you
He
come
make
out with them every
excuses every
fucking
time.
week. Every time we get beat, you come out with fucking excuses. So what the fuck are we talking about here? I'm not being gaslighting people. I don't know what the fuck is going on here, but I'm not going to get gaslighted here. There is
That's
no
not-
excuses. You give every excuse after every game. So it's difficult for someone to leave the club if we don't find a replacement. That's the biggest
Yeah.
bullshit. So that
Yeah.
means 3 Kobe t-shirts will be coming. I'm getting one anyway,
Yeah,
100 million%.
But can I just ask one question though, bro? If Ruben Amor doesn't, rate Kobe Mainu, does that mean Jason Wilcox doesn't rate Kobe Mainu? Does that
No,
mean that
no,
he doesn't rate them?
None of them rate him.
Yeah.
They
So
don't.
like I said, man, it should be Jason Wilcox. This is rule because he's a director. He's in charge of football operations. It should be him that tells Amorim, you must fucking start this player. We're all about the youth. We're all about this. No. So like I said, Amorim's being used as a fucking puppet because he talks fucking waffle. But like I said, man, we are getting gaslighted in Nurden because Amorim's a puppet, but Wilcox is the boss. He's the man. He's the fucking man. And we're getting gaslighted. The majority of the fan base is getting gaslighted. It was the exact same with Ten Hag. Ten Hag was a puppet for Amad Diallo. And we all thought, oh, it's Ten Hag. Ten Hag, he doesn't rate Amad Diallo. No, it was fucking Barada. It was Ashford, and it was fucking Wilcox. So we're getting gaslighted again, nerd. I know you're gonna say you're not getting gaslighted, but majority of this fucking fan base are getting gaslighted again because they just think Amorim's a fucking puppet. He doesn't rate Kobe Mainu. Well, what about Jason fucking Wilcox? What about
Yeah,
Jason
but-
Wilcox?
And it's not
He
like
doesn't rate him.
Wilcox.
He doesn't
It's
rate
not
him,
like
though.
Wilcox
He-
can hand him a team sheet with this team selection on it.
No, he does.
The
He
only
does.
thing
Wally.
Wilcox
He
can
does.
do, the only thing Wilcox can do is fire him. That's it.
Look,
Yes,
look,
and
boys,
why is he not done it? Why is he not done it? Why is he not done it? Yeah, this is the things you just gotta ask Luani. Wilcox is, obviously he's in charge of Amorim, so he's the one that says Amorim you should go where you shouldn't go. So Wilcox should be talking to Amorim and saying, look, this is my plan, not your plan, Amorim. This is my plan for Man United. I want Kobe Mainu to be playing. Why is Shea Lacey playing? Why is all these other players?
Okay, and Amorim, and I'm Amorim. I'll tell Wilcox he doesn't fit my tactic. What is Wilcox supposed to do?
So
Tell me to change tactics?
sack
No?
him, sack him, sack him.
Okay.
Now listen, boys, the Earth is flat. What's the score predictions? Let's see. Should we be winning this game so we could come back here and accurately assess
I've looked
what
at
we've
it.
seen?
I've put it out to the people. I've asked the people who's going to win tomorrow. Let people
Yeah.
have voted. 28% Manchester United, 50% Newcastle, and then the draw is going to be 22%. So 50% people have gone with Newcastle. Their away record has been crap, but we concede a lot of goals. So if they can defend, they'll make the chances. They'll score tomorrow. But I know
So
that
that,
this is not the Newcastle. I just say this is not the Newcastle we're going to face. It's not the Newcastle that came here last season and destroyed us. It's not that Newcastle. Their away record is abysmal. It's abysmal. Their away record has been abysmal. They don't score goals. They don't play with the same intensity. So it's up to Manchester United to win this game tomorrow. For me, our home games, 70,000, 75,000 on a Boxing Day, it's up to Manchester United and the coach and Ineos and Glazers and Jason Wilcott and all my fucking Parada. It's up to all those cunts to get the win for United tomorrow, to coach a win. Can they do it? We'll be back here after the game tomorrow to find out. Oh, score predictions. At the best, I think it might be a score draw.
No, there will be goal tomorrow. There will be plenty because they
Well,
have
that's why I said score draw. It could be
So,
2-2 or whatever. Score draw. That's what I said.
Yeah, I'm going with that score draw. It looks like 50-50 game to me, but I'm in the camp where I don't just say everybody misses players. We're missing a lot of key.
No. I'm not. Give it a rest. Give it a rest. Give it
Yeah,
a
but
fucking rest.
who's going to score for us?
Give it a rest.
Who's going to score?
give me that
Cunha,
excuse.
Cunha
No
is not the
excuses.
most clinical. Xerxes is probably not going to play, and Sesko is not clinical neither. What I'm looking at, the only thing I'm saying about tomorrow is Lenny Yoro is going to need help. He's been tortured, and Amorim just need to tell Dalot to just double up and close that area down with him so he doesn't get
It's hard,
Even
man.
more.
You're trying to. Do you know the thing is, man? You're saying to the Lord, go and pin down Lewis Hall so that we can get what we need, and then
I
we
thought you
lose the
said he
ball,
was
and then
injured.
it switches.
I
No,
thought you said he was injured.
I'm more worried about.
Livermento's injured and everything, not
Oh,
Lewis Hall. He's
Livermento's,
playing.
yeah,
yeah.
Lewis Hall.
Yeah, he's a good player.
I'm worried about Gordon. Gordon.
He's not
versus
been great
Euro.
this season, to be fair. I'm not going to lie to you. He's not been great. He's not
Bro,
been
neither
great.
Zilanga, but they have the tools there to dismantle
Barnes
the pace.
Barnes
you know
has
what I mean?
been, out of their
He's been
wingers, the
phenomenal.
one that's performed the most has been Barnes. Go ahead,
Phenomenal.
Jarvis. Last word from you.
Gordon is, by the way, is in fantastic form at the moment. He's been
Is
really
he?
kicking it on now
Yeah,
the
he
last
kicked it against
2-3
Chelsea, bro.
weeks. He's doing really
That's-
well. So
I saw him
Gordon
against
is
you. I saw him against Sunderland. When did they play Sunderland?
yeah,
The game
3 weeks
before
ago.
last. So
Yeah,
they played
he
2
was
games
woeful.
before
2 or
that.
3 weeks
He
ago.
was
Yeah.
woeful, and it was thinker and hooked. He got hooked. He was woeful. But go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, well, my score prediction, it's Christmas and someone's got to be optimistic. So I predicted 3-2 win for Man United. I do feel that Cunha will keep on scoring. He's been scoring 2 in a row now. So I will see the third game with Cunha. Hopefully, Sesko will get a goal, and Casemiro, is always good when it comes to set pieces. So I think we can do it. But guys, before we go to the score prediction, Nuruddin, if you don't mind, I want to ask a question to the channel. Make it brief. I know Nuruddin is ending the show pretty soon, but since it's still Christmas, and if all of you could have one Christmas wish and bring back one former Man United defensive midfielder, who would you bring back? Roy Keane, Paul Ince, Michael Carrick, or Owen Hargreaves?
Owen Hargreaves, that's 100% fit for me. It's not even close.
No.
Hargreaves
Michael
for
Carrick.
Nuruddin.
Michael Carrick, yeah.
Any day, Michael Carrick.
Hargreaves for me because he would be able to physically dominate nowadays. He would be able to physically dominate.
Honestly, I
Oh,
don't.
this is
I don't-
hard, man.
I don't even look at it.
So what we're talking about, Roy Keane. Did you
going
say
away.
Roy Keane as well? Actually, Nana
Roy
Paul
Roy
Ince
Keane,
and
Paul Ince, Carrick,
Oh,
or
Roy Keane. Oh, sorry, I
Hargreaves.
didn't hear Roy Keane. Roy Keane. Roy
Any
Keane.
day.
Roy Keane by an absolute mile. Roy
Yeah,
Keane.
if
Roy Keane.
this is, it's either Roy Keane or Michael Carrick. Like Roy
Roy Keane
Keane
for
to
me.
get to sort out the dressing room. Like he would sort out the dressing room in a heartbeat if he's captain.
Well, do you want me to give
Michael
you my
Carrick,
rationale for
Yeah, go ahead,
Michael
bro.
Carrick?
Pick up.
Yeah,
Go ahead, bro.
please.
Michael
Hurry up,
Carrick
by it,
is a
please,
deep
hurry up.
lying playmaker, defensively sound, very good in the air, amazing temperament, very press resistant, one-touch passing. Bro, you get a player like that who fixes a lot of problems, allows the players ahead of him to play more. That's why Bruno's having to do that job deep. If you said to Bruno, forget it, just go and do your thing, man. Carrick is your guy there. Carrick is your guy. Roy Keane, bro, you're just looking to bring in a Baleba. You're looking to bring in these kind of guys. If that's what you want,
Roy
this is
Keane
what-
is a better footballer than Michael Carrick.
he's
I'm
better.
sorry.
He's better.
Roy
No,
Keane is a
no.
way better footballer than Michael. You forget Roy Keane was a box-to-box goal machine. You forget Roy Keane's
I don't need
accurate passing
but
into
for
the
me,
last
bro,
third was one of the best passes of a football. You forget all that. Give it a rest with this Carrick bullshit, man. Roy Keane is the guy. Roy Keane
Dino
is
has
the guy to
never
bring back.
rated. Nuruddin doesn't rate
Roy
Michael
Keane.
Carrick, by the way. He's never
No,
liked
no,
him.
I don't. No,
You
I've
don't
never-
like
I've
Michael
never-
Carrick,
I don't.
Nuruddin? No.
Michael, let me
No,
tell you about
no.
Michael Carrick, Nuruddin.
No,
I'll
not
just
in
finish
Man
with this.
United. No.
Michael Carrick
Not physical
is
enough
one
for
of
me.
the best
And I remember the goals
midfielders
against Bayern
of his
Munich.
generation.
His lack of defending in big games
Oh,
by
go away,
Leverkusen, by Munich. These
You don't know
Champions
about
League
Michael
games,
Carrick, bro.
absolutely
You
woeful.
don't know about
Park,
Michael
Sunji
Carrick, man.
Park. Oh my God, I would have Sunji Park. A team like this
Have you
would
started
be inspired
drinking?
by
Have you
Sunji
took
Park.
up the
Out of,
booze?
Oh
out of
my God,
everybody.
You've
Sunji
lost
Park.
the plot.
Oh.
You've lost the plot.
Mister,
I think it's drinking
you know,
on me.
Out of all the
before
midfield,
there was Kante, there was a guy called Sunji Park. You know that, don't you?
Oh, I love that
Every
man.
blade,
Oh,
every
man.
blade of that
Unbelievable.
bullshit. Oh
Channel's
my
losing credibility.
You go-
Maybe likes are going to go down. I don't know what you are talking about. I
You go
swear
and
down.
ask. All you need
Michael
to do
Carrick.
is go and
Oh my
ask.
Tell
God.
him, tell him,
Go
tell
and
him.
ask Roy.
Bro,
Go and ask.
do you know what?
No,
Just ask Pep
be
Guardiola.
quiet. Go and
Ask
ask
Pep
Roy
Guardiola.
what
He'll tell you
Ray
about
Rooney
Michael
says about
Carrick.
Sunji
Type
Park.
it in. Type in on Google, on YouTube.
Those players who played with him,
Guardiola,
what Ronaldo,
about
what
Michael Carrick.
Tevez,
Oh,
what
boy, you
Rio
don't know what you're
Ferdinand,
talking
what
about.
they all say about Senji Park. And Fergie, you know what Fergie's
He's
quote was?
comparing Sunji Park to
Fergie's
Michael
quote? You know
Carrick.
what Fergie's
Kill
quote? Be
myself.
quiet, Bombay, just give it a rest.
Oh,
Fergie's
dear.
quote is this: if I played Sunji Park in the Champions League final, I think 08, we would have won that game. He says that. He said if I would have played Sunji Park to man-mark Messi, we would have played that game. They asked Pirlo, what's the most difficult player you've ever faced on a football pitch? This is Pirlo, one of the greatest Italian footballers of his generation. You know what he said? He said Sunji Park. He said, I even wondered when I went to the toilet.
Sunji Park will fix this, guys. Definitely. Get Sunji Park back. He's the man.
What a player he was. Oh, my God.
When
United needed important goals. I think you forget that. When United needed a goal where Ronaldo's on the pitch, Rooney's on the pitch, Saha's on the pitch, United have attacking players, Tevez on the pitch.
Listen,
when
I'm
United
going to mute, lads.
key goals, who comes up with a goal? Sunji Park. When United on the counter-attack, oh my God, he was the machine. But you know what? You don't need to ask me. Just go and find the quotes from the players who played with him. But people, on that note, we've been live for 2 hours and 10 minutes. YouTube is doing a madness. We're already shadow banned. ITN, I'm happy. You can get in touch with me.
Let Luani and Eski and Ben ask who's the player they bring back.
One second, goodbye. I'm happy to receive any advice how I can beat the shadow ban. So go ahead. But if you don't have any concrete suggestions, then give it a fucking rest. Don't fucking patronize, yeah? So give it a rest because I've asked you the question and you've not written anything to say what I should do. So you're just trying to point score and fucking troll. Go and do it somewhere else. But if you have any concrete advice, I welcome it all. Go ahead, Luani.
No, out of all the midfielders that Jarvis mentioned, I believe the ones that suit the modern game will probably be Owen Hargreaves and Carrick. But just because I like my midfielder very cultured, I will go Owen Hargreaves because he have an European pedigree to go with it. So, but if I'll be honest with you, I'll take Pogba in his prime. Sorry, Jarvis. Sorry, hey, Bomaye. Prime Pogba.
You know, this show is nosedive off a cliff, man.
Ben, we'll do it tomorrow. We'll shoot it.
I still love you, bro. I still love you.
I've got to go, so we'll show it.
Go ahead, bro. Hello, James. Hello, James.
Yeah. Quickly, Ben, who would you take quickly?
Park it, Ben.
I love Carrick, but I love Keane, man. Do you know what? No, do you know what? We haven't had a captain in a long time. Do you know what? I'm taking Roy Keane. I'm taking Roy Keane.
Go ahead, Eski. Who are you taking? Out of Carrick, Hargreaves.
Michael Carrick, easy.
Okay. Jarvis, who are you taking? You asked the question.
Yeah, I asked the question because I think we have a player that's really underrated because Ferguson didn't want him. Ferguson felt at the time he was growing a big ego and he couldn't manage him really well, so he decided to sell him to Italy.
Pogba.
No, I'm talking about Paul Ince. And you know, for me, back in the days, back in the early 90s, we had a midfield, and Paul Ince, he wasn't like an all-action guy. You know, he was aggressive. He had the athleticism. He could drive with the ball, and every big game, he always came and performed. So you know, I know he played for Liverpool, and there's a lot of controversies, but he didn't want to leave. You know, Beckham, Butt, and Scholes were on the words coming up to the first team, and Ferguson felt it was time, so he pushed Paul Ince out the door. But Paul Ince, he wanted to stay for Man United, but so you know, there's a little bit of bad blood between him and Ferguson. But as a player back in the days, I think he was a fantastic midfielder. And if you go back and watch, you know, early 90s, 91, 92, 93 seasons, wow, what a player! You know, he was so hard. You know, he was one of the best. I
just want to add a quick story. Fergie changed his mind when he was just about to sign for Inter Milan. The contract, they were all in his house. They already planned to move to Milan. And Fergie rang him and said, I've changed my mind. By the way, I think we sold him for 6 or to 8 million, I think it was.
7.5.
we used that money to build a new training ground, to revamp the training ground. And that's what owners that we used to have, that's what they used to do. They didn't get every decision right, but they were better than these fucking cunts. ITN, you just try to troll. You're chatting waffle. Take care. Because you don't know what it is. Oh, my support for humanity, for Palestine. Nah, I will never. I don't care.
See us out, Dino, man. See us out.
I will never, ever give my humanity and the humanity of other people resisting the war machine and the Zionist fucking Western world and imperialist fucking Western world and colonizing Western world ever not to tell the truth about it. Free Palestine every minute of every second of every fucking day. Fuck the Zions. Yeah? Free Lebanon, free Congo, free Sudan, free Iraq, free all the West Asia and all of Africa from the fucking Zion and the military machine and the fucking imperialists. And free Ireland while we're there as well. And united fucking Ireland. Free all the indigenous people in the world wherever they fucking are. I will never give that up. That's not me, pal. So you haven't got any concrete ideas, then Tara, take care. Bye.
You've got a super chat before you go. Last one here from Sanchit Vahish.
Name your youngest captain. Name the youngest captain for Manchester United. Youngest captain? The youngest ever to captain Manchester United?
Scott McTominay captain.
I thought
No, he wasn't the youngest captain though. I think the youngest captain in recent years was Tuanzebe. Remember Tuanzebe had a captaincy?
Oh yeah, remember that? Yeah.
I think
what's the answer?
Yeah. I think that's what it was. I think that's that for me.
The answer, Sanchit?
I think that's what it was, Sanchit. But big up for the split chat. Like and subscribe on your way out. The channel is Shadow Ban because we stand up for the humanity of people. I survived Civil War as a kid. The reason why the place where I was born is been ravaged for 30 years of war is because of greed from Britain, the European Union as a whole, and the Americans. If you know, you know. So I am never, ever gonna give up. My whole life of my life is tied to war. So I will never. So give it a fucking rest. We will always shout. We will, even on our knees, we will always shout free fucking Palestine. Peace, love, and light, people. Make sure you check out Jarvis's channel, people. Jarvis, you'll be doing a match analysis tomorrow, technical breakdown of the game tomorrow. Make sure you catch him.
I haven't. I can't promise anything. Stu is a little bit. You know, it's a Boxing Day, so maybe we'll do it the day after. Maybe, but
the day after,
I don't know yet. I don't know. I don't know yet.
Okay, well, we'll be live after the game anyway. We'll be live. We'll do a video, and then if any of you guys are available, let me know tomorrow, people. If you're available to see what we see. Big up to King Saul. Big up to all the mods. Big up to everybody who made a contribution to this debate tonight. Amorim'S is waffling right now. He is waffling right now. And now he is waffling on behalf of these cunts, like all managers do. Like he did. Like what's his name did. Like Solskjaer did. Solskjaer, before that, I just want to say quickly, Solskjaer gave money to the Green and Gold Brigade. Right? He raised money to help them. As soon as he got the job at United, he turned their back on them and started talking about how good the Glazers were. That tells you everything about what happens when you become the manager of Manchester United. You turn on a sixpence just like that. So it is what it is. People are greedy. People want money. But yeah, yes, there we go. Free Palestine and fuck YouTube. But yeah, people, make sure you check out Tactical Devils, even though they might not be live tomorrow. We'll see. Make sure you check out Ben. So it's Jarvis Bowley, BOLE 77 on X. Make sure you check out Ben Elmore 39 on X, and on Twitch and TikTok Elmore 20. Make sure you check out Marwan Luwani, United Trucker, Marwan Luwani on X. Make sure you check out Bombaye only on this channel and on Jarvis's channel, and you only see Eski on here when he's free. Big up to Eski for jumping up. Big up to all the panel. Merry Christmas to everybody. Wish you a peaceful and a happy one. And by the way, remember, Jesus was a fucking Palestinian Jewish man. Remember that.
Yeah.
Norman Whiteside, was he the youngest? Yeah. Well, he played United when he was 17, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 17, 16, 17.
It was 21.
When he made his debut. No, when he became captain, but when he made his debut, I think he was 17, 18, I think. When he played for United, that's what he was.
Injuries,
yeah,
always injured.
Yeah. And fucking hell, that boy could drink. I've seen him a couple of times. Him and Paul McGrath, boy, boy. I had to ask Paul McGrath. I couldn't let him in. I was working as a doorman in the club. And I said to him, sorry, you've had too much, Paul McGrath. He looked at me like that, pissed out of his face. Don't even talk to me about how I seen Brian Robson. I once helped Brian Robson when he was.
I remember you were telling me this. Yeah.
I literally picked him up, put him into a taxi. And the guy was like, what is this guy? Are you coming with him? I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm not coming. I said, Brian, tell him where you live. He told him. And then I said, do you know who this is? I said, this is Manchester United legend.
Oh my God.
This guy is Manchester United's captain. This guy in the back of my car.
Yeah. And the guy went, well, he's not fucking now, is he? Look at him.
Look at him. Bloody hell, man. Them days.
But it is what it is. I found him outside a famous bar in central Manchester called Yatesy.
Yeah, was that the Irish bar? Is it?
No, Yatesy, that O'Shea's the Irish bar. Yatesy
O'Shea's,
bar
yeah.
on Portland Street, central Manchester. And I finished work as I was walking home. Robson's like this. Falling, and I was like, I picked him, I was like, Robson! And he looked at me like that. I was like, get your taxi, lad. It is what it is. But yeah, saving United captains. I'll tell you what I did, how I helped Rooney as well another time. Because Rooney was up to no good as well. Smashed out of his face. I made sure that nobody took photos of him. Take care, people. Good night. See you tomorrow.
Good night.
You're blessed.